Hello, everyone. It's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah.
What's up, True Heel Heat?
True Heel Heat.
What's up? True Heel Heat. All hands on me.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, or Romeo's Twitter, for Rated Raw Review number 49, Real American Booze, discussing last night's historic WWE Raw on Netflix premiere. And boy, oh boy, we got a lot to discuss. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague, the face and the ace of the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. It's your boy, Romeo Anthony Colon. How are you doing?
What up? Wish I had like a curtain dropping, revealing me. That'd been cool.
Yeah, you know, and you could thank YouTube for being here.
Yeah. By the way, 8,000 followers now on Twitter.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah.
Congratulations! Moving up. I see you.
And I gotta say, man, folks, I'm really proud of this thumbnail. Not the picture. Who cares about the picture? The title, the caption, a double entendre.
Very well done.
Do you get it, guys? Real American boo, like boo, but also booze, like beer, like drink, alcoholic drink.
Can I pull back the curtain just a bit?
Yeah.
To them. He made 3 different thumbnails, and I was just like, "Why is this even a question?" Like, it's the double entendre. It's the main talking point from this show, the one that got on Variety.
Oh, did it?
Yes, and it's the one that most I've gotten hitting up by casual fans, including my cousin who never talks about wrestling, sent me this.
What he said? Good for his ass.
She said, because she knows me she always says, she tells her friends like, "Oh, you don't know nothing about wrestling. My cousin knows about wrestling. He all up in the wrestling." And then she sent me the video, and I was like, they hated his racist ass. And she was like, "Oh my god!" And she was like, "Good for him."
It's funny because I love when like friends or family send me something wrestling related, like like I didn't see it already.
Yeah. my T loves when my mom messages me anything wrestling related. Like my mom loves to like message me anything she sees wrestling related. I gotta read the last one because it pops.
Did you hear Raw's going to Netflix? Nope. What?
No, what? Say what? Are you kidding? I had no idea. Oh man. Yeah. Oh no, the best. This is the one that popped me and pops anyone I tell. So my mom messages me on December 19th. She says, Chris Jericho is on Channel 5 saying he will be at the Hammerstein Ballroom this weekend. He's from Queens. Smiley emoji.
From Queens.
You know what I said? I said, "Oh wow, LOL," and she responded, "He said he's a wrestler of 30 years. That's half your age." He said, wow. he said he wins. He's going to Studio 54 and dancing.
Wow. As you're just sitting there, probably watching it live at the same time. I'm 99% assure you.
Oh man, but no, yeah, it always pops me when someone, especially family members. When family members hit you up about wrestling because they know that's what you're into. It always pops me. Yes. But yes, enough of that. We gotta talk about WWE Raw on Netflix premiere. We appreciate y'all if you're joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. You could drop the thumbs up on this video. You could share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys. Hear your thoughts on WWE Raw on Netflix. What did you think about the experience? What did you think about the show overall? What was your favorite parts, your least favorite parts? Did you love the show, hate the show? Sound off in the live chat. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, we want to show your support to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel and the contributors that you see on screen with us, you could send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. We appreciate the support, y'all. Y'all always help us out so much. So we always love it and been off to a good start in 2025.
Not always. Don't forget our last video had 0 super chats.
Well, to be fair, I am on all the shows. So I mean, whatever super chats they send, I'm always happy. But yeah. Any little bit, it adds up. It adds up over time. You've been putting in shifts too. You good?
I hope so.
Y'all made a little something last night. Rated Raw Superstars return.
I hope so.
Have to dust off that old title.
Won't be every week. Definitely not this Monday. Going up against the damn NFL wildcard game.
You're abandoning them already. You're abandoning them already.
Maybe in week 4 That's the go home show, and they're already promoting Roman.
Oh, Atlanta.
Goldberg.
Yeah. Atlanta with Goldberg and Roman. Roman's acknowledgement ceremony. We'll get into that. And then so we'll see about Rated Raw Superstars. Well, we do have another old title that might be coming back soon. We shall let y'all know. Maybe sooner rather than later. We'll see. We'll see.
Have to explain. I don't know.
They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. But we do have in the chat here already a super chat donation.
We're off and running.
We're off to a good start in 2025. We got Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, good brother. He says, remember that Simpsons skit, Montgomery Burns. Imagine Hogan as Burns and Jimmy Hart as Smithers. They're not booing. They're saying Booleya. Booleya.
His last name, get it? That was funny. Very clever, Chuck. Very
Booleya. Booleya.
By the way, never seen it, but I have seen the clip.
I've seen enough Simpsons to understand that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that did not work out how they probably imagined it to. Right?
And great. I love it. This should be your punishment for years to come.
Yes.
Being a scumbag.
That's what we should have been doing ever since he came back after the scandal when he got caught on tape.
Unfortunately, it depends on different states where they're at, what the reaction he's going to get. It's not going to be anywhere. California? You shouldn't have tried it.
Someone suggested, oh no, he should have came back at Madison Square Garden.
Huh?
What?
I don't know if that would have been much different.
No, I was like, that's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
The hell, New York City? You don't go to the South. Go to the South. They might be down with you. Go to
Dallas in 3 weeks.
Go to Dallas. Yeah, go to Dallas. They'll be fine with you.
There.
But Hogan probably went backstage and been like, Logan, you lied to me. You said they would forgive me.
Logan said that?
Logan said wrestling fans have forgiven Chris Benoit, so they'll forgive you.
Oh, that popped. What a pop. That popped me. Logan's funny.
That was funny.
Unintentionally funny.
Word, because I don't think he really meant it to be that funny. Ray Carter, one of our members of the channel, another way for you guys to support us. Hit the join button, $1 a month. Always appreciate that. And says, then it happened on January 6th. That's the most iconic part of this. Is that it happened on January 6th.
Brought out the MAGA powers on January 6th.
MAGA powers all over the place. Triple H, Undertaker, Hogan. We got Santo in the chat, who was here early in the chat. He says, I'll have to listen to it on demand as I start work when you start the show. I thought Raw was fun. We can now acknowledge the true tribal chief. Rhea is champ again, and Punk beat Seth. I hope Seth losing leads to a massive heel turn. Not gonna lie, with the tribal combat, I thought Solo was gonna win after the KO stunner. Santo thought the show was fun. There was parts of the show to like. I just don't think the show was for me. That was like my overarching thoughts that I put on social media last night. What about you? Like, what's your overarching thoughts on last night's show?
I enjoyed. I had fun. I think I can understand some parts being people not having fun with, and for sure we'll talk about them. But yeah, for the most part, I enjoyed it. They really, oh my goodness, they flexed their star power. That was mission one, flexing the star power, and then also flexing the celebrities too. Every celebrity they had, they could get.
The celebrities was a good touch because it made it feel like a big show.
Yeah,
I just like have an like I said, it wasn't for me, mainly because it felt like a 2016 Raw celebration show.
Like when they do like a Raw reunion.
Yeah, it did not feel like a Triple H book show. It felt like a Vince era show. The
There are some
opening,
things.
the opening with Vince would have done that opening with him opening up the show to welcome Monday Night Raw. Vince would have had one of his legendary stars to come out after him and cut a promo about how much they thank the WWE or thank USA Network and whatnot. Then they would do a big long match that has probably a lot of interference featuring a main event star. Then they would have some fluff and filler backstage segments and feature celebrities. Then they would have a middle match probably at the top of the hour. This one didn't even have that. They had Cena. At the top of the hour, which was another fluff one, but it was the only promo of substance that set up something to look forward to. And then there was the Rhea Live, which would be probably that wouldn't be a long women's. It wouldn't be a long women's match. Yeah. It would probably be like a 5-minute women's match for one of those anniversary shows. Yeah, I'm being generous for 100%. But they would have a legend overshadow whatever the women's segment was, and that's what the fuck they did on this fucking stupid ass show. Okay. And then they would have a random mid-card match that the crowd wasn't into. We got that. Jay and Jimmy, they were into the entrance with Travis Scott smoking a blunt, but they weren't into the match. And then they would have a heated main event. And this checked all the boxes of a Vince celebration or anniversary show from the 2010s.
There are some things that should have been included that were kind of
like the world heavyweight champion.
We can start there.
Outside of a fucking video package that lasted the amount of me using the bathroom, and I came back to the end of it.
We can start there. I felt Gunther was extremely disrespected, the little they gave him on the show. And he should take offense, absolutely, to what The Rock said to Cody. Carrying this company on his back. Excuse me. I've been here too, doing the same exact crap on the other brand. So, on the show that we're on. So Gunther should have took it. Gunther should have been made more of a focus that he's a star too here on the show, not just a little small video. He's not a star, a champion, a world champion. Half a star.
Barely mentioned him on this show. Thankfully for Punk's promo, but that didn't even make the show. That was on YouTube after the show.
And here's another thing I would have included. I would have had a Braun Breaker match because he's different. I
would have featured a current star for the future. Yes, I agree with you. 100%. I would have featured either Braun or Io, one of the people that we will see moving forward to look forward to. Because guess what? The people that won on this show, we're not going to see wrestle that often. Punk,
Braun,
Rhea, Roman. Are we going to see them wrestle that often? No, the only person who wrestled on this show and won that we're going to see in the future wrestle on this show is Jey Uso.
Braun and Io are special. Like you put a match of theirs. It doesn't have to be against somebody crazy. You put a match of theirs and you show somebody tuning in for like watching wrestling. Hey, let's watch the Raw on Netflix. And then they see this person for the first time. And they're like, wow, that's pretty good. I got to see them again. Because they both have that kind of talent when they're wrestling.
And I just don't get like the Saturday night's main event and this. It has the presentation of a PLE, but it's nothing more than a glorified infomercial for WWE. But it's not a good one. It's not a good one that makes that will get either old fans or casual fans to be like, oh, I gotta watch this every week. It might get people to be like, oh, I need to go to one of these. Because the crowd is into it, especially that LA crowd, I thought was the best part of the show. They were fantastic, and especially with Hogan being booed out the building, they were fantastic. But it's selling. I will give them that. This show and the Saturday Night's main event, it sold a ticket. When WWE's in town again, someone who's watched this show will think about buying the ticket. But I don't think either show makes you want to watch WWE next week.
You mentioned the crowd. The crowd was good, but also that arena. Woo! This is where this arena is state of the art. It's fantastic. It added to the show. It was almost like a background character. And this needs to be where all arenas are going. All arenas need to look like this. That was awesome. Yeah. Instead of the freaking damn Barclays Center we have over here, this piece of trash.
Visually that whole the Intune Dome was beautiful. It was immaculate. It just looked amazing from like the interior shots to the drone shots. That was just chef's kiss. Great job with that. Like a choice for a place to be. It made it feel big time. So we got Dion Jenkins who says, I was there live and I don't think it was worth it. Another thing that I don't get, wrestling fans.
I know what you're gonna say.
Stop cheering them overpricing you. Stop. That is the stupidest shit I hear on a WWE show every single time they mention it. Every single time.
They overcharged me. I paid more than anyone else. Woohoo!
Like we can't.
That's us. We're the ones that paid all the money. We did it.
Like literally, there's more people watching wrestling than ever before. Do you know what type of example y'all are putting out there that wrestling fans are stupid? That they cheer for being overpriced by a corporation?
That's not something they need to be bragging about on the microphone in front of these fans.
They don't do that in
the
presser.
We're live and we're sold out. That you could say. Sold out. But don't mention we made the most money we've ever made because of your ticket prices.
Alexander says
you can say that on the press conference after to the media.
Exactly. What's the point? Yeah. What's the point of that? Alexander says Macaulay Culkin got a bigger pop than Hogan. Yo, I was even surprised by that Macaulay Culkin pop.
Mega pop. And the reveal. Was very actor of him, the reveal.
Yo, he's a worker. He's a worker. Right. He knew. He was like,
they need to bring him back. Put an
hell yeah. We got our boy Shotty in the chat. Good to see you, good brother. He says main event and first match was torch. Women's match was cool. Drew and Jay was a whack ending. Everything else was basura.
Cena's promo was great. You probably forgot.
He says especially The Rock, and I just don't like Cena.
Okay, well there you go. He said at least he admits it's an anti-Cena bias. That's why he didn't like it.
Dion Jenkins says it was the worst WWE show I've personally been to. Wow, damn, that's an indictment. Shit,
kind of. What shows you must have been some amazing.
I mean, I can get it when it's a 3-hour show that has an hour worth of wrestling and it has big stars, but those big stars ain't doing nothing. Except for Cena. Cena's the only one that at least set up the next pay-per-view.
I honestly, if I was there, I would have had a lot of fun booing Hogan. I would have joy in that.
Oh yeah. But that's like 5 minutes of the show. Like that's 5 minutes. I would cherish that 5 minutes, but
he probably was supposed to have a lot more time too. And it's like,
he probably did. He probably did. Bell says
because the rumors were like this could be like a 3-hour, 30-minute program last night. It ended around 3 hours exactly like normally.
3 hours, 3 minutes is where I got the exact time. Bell says, I've seen worse shows. Some was fun. I can understand the criticisms to it, though. My main criticism with Dynamite last week was it didn't feel big enough, while this felt too big. Like, I need the middle. Yeah, this is a great point. I think that there is a middle ground that both companies missed. Yes, I agree. AEW did not make their first week on streaming big enough. And mainly that's because they're still on cable. So it's not as the whole thing of WWE bringing their flagship show to the number one streaming service in the world exclusively. Like that is a bigger deal than what AEW is doing, but I felt AEW should have made it a bigger deal. What I did like about WWE and AEW is that they did have a lot of introductory stuff on their shows this first week. But with like WWE, it was a lot of sizzle, and I was looking for just a bit more steak. And no, I'm not saying I needed another long wrestling match. But if you're gonna have 4 to 5 promos on your show, accomplish more than one thing. Please. And don't nuke the hottest program of last year. What the fuck are we doing?
We'll talk about that.
We are about to talk about that because that's like the beginning of the show. I'm trying to get through some of these comments, but send a super chat donation if you want to make sure your comment is highlighted on screen. I see a bunch of our favorites in the chat. Frantic World's in here. We got a new face in the chat, all in the game, who says, "Booed Hogan's ass out the building. What was Triple H / TKO thinking? This had TKO all over it, thinking the WWE audience is the exact same as the UFC audience."
Well, it
I can
can
see
be in
that.
certain states. It can be in certain states. It can be, but unless somebody secretly gets enjoyment out of this, like they're booing his ass, like I don't get it. Yeah.
I would say for me, like overarching thoughts on the point I made before comparing the two shows, which I don't like to do too often, but I can understand the kind of like just knee jerk reaction to compare the two. I would say, like Alexander says here, he says Dynamite underhyped for his show last week, Raw overhyped and didn't deliver. I would say like Dynamite underhyped it, but it delivered a good show. Raw overhyped this and it did not deliver what it promised.
I was satisfied overall with the show. Like I it does get a
But
positive rating from me.
But you should be blown away by how it was hyped.
Blown away?
Yes, you should be.
I mean, I don't get this nostalgic feeling for these legends returning like say a casual would, like because I see them all the time.
And that's why this is so not a AAA show. Like I think that maybe TKO, yeah, I think that was a good point made in the chat. Maybe TKO pressured them and said like we need one of those like get the, I think Ibu of WrestlePeers put it as the get the eyeballs type show. I call it more of like the prototypical Vince celebration anniversary show, reunion show, pat on the back, thank WWE for being WWE show. That's what we got last night. And I don't think that's what they should have done. Or there is somewhere in the middle where you can do that and also give me a Triple H base show at the same time. Like the best example of what they hyped up, they said a premium live event style show, WrestleMania 40. And no, not every show is going to be WrestleMania 40, but that is the best mix of sports entertainment and Triple H wrestling fundamental style show.
I think
this show more or less worked as a WrestleMania because it culminated all the big programs at the end of 2024.
Yeah, I think the big problem most people have is the Rock stuff. That's the big problem.
If that doesn't
happen, then you're probably a lot more accepting of the show.
Yeah, I would probably be like you, where I would just be like, I have my issues, but I was satisfied. It was fun for the most part. But like, yeah, the one moment of the show that completely it pisses me off is that. I will say it's that. And the thought of thinking that you could bring out Hulk Hogan and everything was going to be all right.
That's funny. That's just funny to me.
That is funny, but it's also like, damn, y'all are really cocky. But keep sending those comments in the chat. We love the conversation you guys are coming up with. But send those super chat donations because we need those support as well. But let's get into it. What did you first think about the crowd overall in the Intune Dome in Los Angeles last night?
Well, we talked about it. They were cool, but it's clapping for paying so much money for your tickets. It's just wow. What are you, stupid?
I would say they were just happy and hype. That made them look stupid, but it didn't piss me off enough to not give them like I thought they were an A crowd. They were not A plus, but A crowd. They were a tier crowd, right? Last night because they were great, especially for the main event, especially for Hogan.
And they were potty mouths too. The potty mouths that didn't get bleeped.
It almost immediately they knew they were on Netflix.
Yeah, fuck this shit.
Fuck you, Solo. I was like, oh shit. All right. We here. We on Netflix. Let's go.
Loved it.
But yes, let's get into it. We kicked off the show.
I see what you did.
We got Seth Rollins, CM Punk, The Judgment Day, and Rhea Ripley were shown arriving at the Intuit Dome. We get Michael
You saw
Cole
Rhea with the
welcoming.
heat.
Yes. Michael Cole welcomed us to by stating, "I am proud to say, for the first time ever, welcome to Monday Night Raw live on Netflix." They aired the cold open video, which aired on the basically like this big curtain over the ring for
Very
the
nice.
crowd. They aired it, and you may have seen it online beforehand. They did post it online. Sports Illustrated Wrestling posted it first. Shout out to the good people at the Takedown on SI. But Triple H narrated. You see basically someone sitting at a typewriter by a ring, and Triple H basically tell us that wrestling is fake and that it's a battle of baby faces and heels, good guys and bad guys.
Vince McMahon rolling in his
Yes.
grave.
Oh my god, I was like, holy shit. Okay,
He'd
all right,
never
that's the
allow
direction
this,
we're going.
ever.
That's the direction we're going. So yeah, it went through that. It talked about the history of the sport and going from, just going in buildings, then to television. Then you got the WrestleMania boom, Hulk Hogan and whatnot. Into Hogan, you went into the new generation and then the Attitude Era and that big boom period, and then the Ruthless Aggression and all the stars from there, and then the current generation, which is they really focus on the Attitude Era and the current generation. As the big focal points, the big focus of this video. And then when the video ends, it drops down to reveal Triple H is standing in the middle of the ring. He receives a
Can I say something real quick, because
Yeah.
I'll forget. Outstanding video. Outstanding
It
video.
is great.
And then the painting it revealed, I wouldn't have been mad if that was the new canvas. Like it had all the superstars of the past mixed with the present. I would have been fine with that, because it did reveal a canvas, like a wrestling ring canvas. But the canvas it actually revealed was one big sponsorship fiesta.
Yes, you got Fortnite in the middle of the.
They paid big money to be in the middle.
They paid big money with that
they
one.
Make plenty of money from you folks out there buying all that shit.
You got Hogan Real American Beer is one of the sponsors on the mat.
Well, WWE personally invested.
I saw Netflix. Yes. We got the large curtain. Triple H comes down. He gets the large ovation. He wanted to hear from the 17,000 plus fans in attendance because the world was watching. He welcomed us to the Netflix era, and fireworks went off. So I enjoyed the cold open. The cold open was pretty cool outside of them just completely destroying kayfabe. I don't know about that direction. It's a new direction to go. It is respecting kind of the education, the knowledge of the wrestling fan or the person watching, and just being like, hey, this is a show. You don't have to, you can get over that big kind of statement that most people that don't watch wrestling always says when they do watch this, is that, oh, is that fake? Oh, is that not real? And stuff like that. You're kind of just breaking that illusion from the start. So it is the different direction to go. I don't know how I feel about it off the top, but I mean, it's a different direction to go. But Triple H just being a self-congratulatory cocksucker, as Jimmy Macaram put it.
You stop. Well, will he stop?
I'm just like,
that's
I'd rather Cody Rhodes kick off the show.
That's our captain. That's the man that saved us from
he didn't
the
save
crap
any.
before.
He didn't save
changed. Who's righted the ship into a wonderful new direction. That's our captain. That's our leader. He should start us off. But yeah, also, hey, the world champs, either one of them should probably get some mic time. Just one. Give me one.
Yeah.
Give me. It doesn't.
Instead of making them look like an afterthought and
you don't want it to be
buddies
the
with their
Raw
former
champ?
enemy.
Okay, let Cody talk. You'd say he's the face. You say he's carried the damn brand. Oh well. Some casual tuning is like, who's their world champion? Nobody showed up with the belt.
Yeah, poor Triple H. He doesn't want to be in the spotlight. He doesn't want to do this. He has to do this. Like you said, he's the captain that raced the ship, and he has to do it. He has to kick off the show.
What if it was Stephanie?
Poor guy. I'd rather
Stephanie doing that promo.
That'd
have been cool.
it's just so spotlight hog, so Diddy. It's so Diddy.
He does
It's
this all the
just
time.
so
He's been doing this since NXT.
I know.
Takeovers.
It's old now. It's been a decade. It's been a decade since the takeovers.
Come on, SB3.
And now he's doing it on
ready?
Netflix. I'm good. Oh, just get out of here. Just go in the back. You're better at that.
Nah, this is fine.
Will Chisholm says we should gave no The Rock wasn't in it with he was showing his facial hair. LOL.
I like the look. I like the grizzled, gray, bearded. It's barely a beard, but it's a new look. It's Grandpa Rock.
Speaking of which, if you smell what The Rock is cooking. Boom, boom, boom. The Rock came out to a huge reaction from this Los Angeles crowd. The roof came off the building, if you will. He high-fived some fans. He embraced some executives from Netflix in the front row. He shook hands with Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. He handed his People's Championship title belt to two of his young daughters who were with Ata Johnson,
Adorable.
his mother. The fans chanted Rocky. We should have known from this entrance that he was turning babyface. We should have just known. Like going back and reading my notes and like reading that, I was like, "Damn, I should have peeped game." But hey, I tried to keep hope alive.
I didn't pay close attention. But was it the regular Rock theme or was it the Final Boss theme?
It wasn't the Final Boss theme.
It was the regular. That's
yes.
Dead.
Yes, the whole entrance. That's what I said. It's him having that music. It's him high-fiving the fans. It's him going over to his daughters and having that cute moment so fans could say, "Oh, The Rock, he's so sweet." High-fiving McAfee and Cole. High-fiving the Netflix executives. It's all babyface. It's all babyface. But it's the most disgusting Rock babyface. It is disgusting corporate Dwayne Rock babyface. And and that's why I said this is 2010s all over again. This is 2016. The Rock coming back at WrestleMania 32 to light a Rock sign on fire. It's that type of shit.
That the whole kissing the ass of the executive stuff is like, that's not babyface to me. That's like, oh, look at me and my rich friends, like if he does eventually have a match with like Cody or Roman, I'd like to see some of those executives take some bumps, get smacked around. I would enjoy that. I would enjoy that.
You're just being ridiculous.
What's wrong with that? That'd be entertaining.
Rock said he traveled these roads when he was young with his dad, Rocky Johnson. The only way to watch WWE back then was to buy a ticket or watch it on Saturday morning. You could still buy a ticket, but watching it now, it was totally a different story.
Oh, you forgot the part. You forgot the part where he does this phony. What, the Rock has come back to Netflix? Is that what he said? Well, WWE's come. Whatever he said, it was so stupid.
No, it wasn't until after this.
Okay.
It wasn't until after.
I thought
he says people were watching worldwide on Netflix. He says he was also announced tonight that tonight was the largest gate in WWE history. You're making history. You're making history tonight, which is his line. That's his Triple H. It's what we do. He spoke about the need for great partners and gave a shout out to Netflix executives in a suite. They showed them, and he says he must say, finally, The Rock has come back to Netflix. Exactly. Or no, finally WWE has come back to Netflix, which was like, huh?
Exactly. No pop.
After the Mr. McMahon documentary? No pop. Cricket. He should have said finally The Rock has come back to Netflix, which would be true. But he also then says, well, finally The Rock has come back to Los Angeles. He was like he had to acknowledge the Netflix executives, but there was someone else he wanted to acknowledge. A man whom he spilled blood with, a man who carried this company on his back for the past year, and they made history together. The Rock thanked Cody Rhodes which kind of got a quick gas from a fan in the crowd. They cut to Cody Rhodes, who was randomly standing in the front row. He was sitting, and chants started for him. They acted friendly with one another. Rock even jokingly told Cody to say hi to Mama Rhodes. Cody laughed. Rock also wanted to acknowledge his cousin Roman Reigns. Rock called him the original tribal chief, the only tribal chief. The world would be watching Reigns' match against Solo Sikoa, and he would be watching closely too, since he is now the High Chief Silhouette. Rock Rock closed with his "If you smell what the Rock is cooking," as he went to ringside and he hugged Cody Rhodes. I will let you say whatever you need to say about this segment because I have
Are we ever going to find out what the hell The Rock gave Cody the night after Mania? Or is that like the lockbox mystery?
Yep.
Because I've been waiting. What was oh man. We're never going to find out, are we? It's just forgotten in time.
Yep.
Part of me is expecting, not just during this segment, but later on also, the shoe to drop for The Rock to... He's fooling us. Like, it's all charades. Like, it's all phoniness. And then here comes the real Rock that we know, the final boss. But we never got that last night. And if that's a sign that he's not working WrestleMania this year, then what? We got to wait? Don't even do it at all? You do this new character, and we forget about the final boss that it ever existed? It's tough. It's tough to expect out of your audience. Very tough. But if you're stalling, like, I hope we eventually get back to it. I hope it's all the shoes still gonna drop sometime, but probably a year from now. If even that.
Because even if it is, they're lulling you into a false sense of security. WWE, The Rock is gonna swerve everyone. It's so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary because you already had a hot program. You already had The Rock, who pinned Cody Rhodes before Cody Rhodes won the WWE Championship. You had the whole angle with whatever he handed him on the Raw after WrestleMania. You had the throw slash at Bad Blood. What the fuck was the point of any of that? You had Rock being disappointed in Roman after Roman, lost the WWE Championship to Cody Rhodes, and that bro slash was also with Roman standing in the ring, and you pretty much just scrapped all of that. You scrapped
chapters were missed.
Yeah, like even if you're not doing this year's WrestleMania, there's no point to do any of this. It feels like such an unnecessary step. It literally all it does is confirm that he's not working this year. But even if it turn around and he's gonna work 42 and he decides, I'm gonna turn on Roman or Cody, then it's such this whole night is so unnecessary. Then
at least if you're gonna do all this, at least have Cody Rhodes not be so warm and accepting in return. Like, he could be a little put off by, like, what effing version of this is The Rock. This is not The Rock I know. He should at least be wary.
Yes.
I didn't feel like he was trying to play. I felt like he was very accepting.
This was a totally kind of like real part of the show. This was not Cody Rhodes and Dwayne and The Rock. This was Dwayne Johnson and Cody Reynolds.
This feels like a Rock / TKO call. Like, hey, have me look like a good guy so it's accepting to all the Netflix viewers. They don't want to look at me as a bad guy. You know?
But this was my whole point at the top of the show. This was not a show to get people to keep watching on Netflix week to week. Because if I'm a person who's watching this, who's new, and I see The Rock, I don't want to see Dwayne Johnson. I want to see whatever The Rock character is this time. And if the Rock character is just Dwayne Johnson, TKO board of directors representative, I don't want it. I think that you would have got more viewers to keep watching this program if he's the final boss.
Yep, and probably in their minds, TKO minds are like, "Wow, we can't have you coming across like that. You're the guy here. You're the guy at TKO here. You're the guy for WWE. You're the face.
It's just like
You have
I
to be
literally
warm and
like
inviting."
I literally was like an hour or two after the show. It was really like coming down on me because I was like holding everything back on the watch along, watching it with y'all guys because I was so excited. Literally, what did I tell you in the chat when before I was coming
excited.
on? I was like, I'm coming on just for the Rock's opening. Oh, I'm coming on. I'm gonna come on the watch along.
Yes,
and
yes,
I was just
excited.
I was so baffled. It left the whole show with like a jarring feeling. Like I was just like, wow, okay. And every time, and then you get the tease after the first matchup, and that was like a good tense moment, and then it fell flat. And then they just kept doubling down on it. Like if it's just this segment, okay, you nuked the Cody Rhodes thing. But like, all right, maybe Rock is still a heel. Maybe Rock can still be a heel. No, they show us the fucking Instagram videos with him chumming it up and playing grab ass with Triple H, the guy he said to fix this shit the last time we saw them on camera together. And then even worse, he's fucking playing grab ass with Cody. Like he little brothered him, ruffled his hair when he's sitting in the front row on a professional wrestling show instead of actually wrestling on the show. He's sitting in the front row and he little brothered by Dwayne Johnson. And then he's drinking alcohol with them. And then he's promoting drinking and driving by leaving afterwards. Like it's just, yo, what is going on?
I was waiting to see like, oh, this Terramana's poisoned. Cody's about to faint any second now. Nope.
I'm just like, I'm still baffled. Like it's nearly a day later, and I'm still like, what did we just watch? This was definitely a rock decision. This whole segment feels
not TKO?
Like Triple H says The Rock does what The Rock wants to do. Might be TKO, but I feel like this is
the
not
Rock didn't
something.
put up too much of a fight against it.
Yeah, but this is not something that I think Triple H signed off.
No. Triple H would not do this. I agree, 100%. This was above him. This was above his pay grade. Same for Cody. Cody's not going to say nothing. Cody's like, I'm just glad I'm champion.
Yeah, he's I'm champion. I'm gonna wrestle John Cena at WrestleMania. I ain't saying shit.
If that, oh man, you better not.
And overall, my overarching feeling of why it's still hitting me this segment is that this segment pretty much makes the road to WrestleMania very formulaic, as far as the main events. Like the reason why WWE got the buzz that it did ahead of WrestleMania is that The Rock's presence caused basically like this lightning rod of we didn't know what was going to happen and plans were changing and it was exciting to watch. It was a political battle backstage that was basically coming on screen here. And then this was basically them saying, oh, nah, all those politics are dead. Nah, Rock's not going to be here. So Rock and Cody, they're cool now. We're dropping that. And that's it.
The final boss, to me, maybe to you and all of you, was one of the greatest villains we had gotten in quite some time. It's so enjoyable to watch. And it's gone. Where the hell did it go?
It's gone.
It's gone. Like, that was such a joy to watch. That was so much fun.
It's like, where did it go? Where did it go? Where did that go? I like that. It's crazy. It's crazy if this was like the confirmation that that's the end of the final boss, because it feels like two of Rock's best characters were short-term characters, Hollywood Rock and the final boss.
It better not be over. But if it does return, now you've written yourself in a hole where like you've gotta all of a sudden change things drastically again, twice, to get to where you want to go. And it'll be probably a year from now. And they'll probably think, they forgot what happened last year. It's all right. We go back to everything is normal.
It's like so jarring, so jarring. We got a couple of super chats to get to here. Excuse me.
One of them is spot on from what I'm reading.
Will
Spot
Chisholm
on.
first says that Rock promo was saying without saying, I'm not working Mania. Got movies to shoot. Yeah, it's been confirmed by, I believe, Ibu of Wrestle Purist that The Rock has Moana reshoots. And yeah, it's not happening. It
Which
just feels so formula. I know everything that's going to happen already. Like, I know everything that's going to happen before WrestleMania already. And this is just like, kind of lame. Like the last two WrestleManias were so exciting because we last three WrestleManias, because what happened 3 years ago? 3 years ago was, oh, Austin's coming back. Oh, Cody signing. That was exciting. WrestleMania 39. It was like, will Roman lose before Mania to Sammy? Is it gonna be Sammy going to Mania? Sammy gonna be the man at Mania? Is it gonna be Sammy and KO versus Uso? Is it gonna be Cody versus Roman? That was exciting. Last year with 40 with The Rock coming in. That was exciting. This shit, it feels like we're about to get some boring months ahead of me.
We'll see. I'm not gonna close the book on that, but I'm just gonna say that I understand if The Rock has movies to shoot. I 100% understand that if he can't do it this year, okay. But you don't have to drastically change his character to do that. You don't.
Dion Jenkins, who is there live, our live correspondent, Dion Jenkins, who says, I hope Triple H stops being a 5-match merchant for PLEs in 2025. 7 matches is the perfect number, in my opinion. Tonight's show was 4 matches in 3 hours plus ads. They needed like one more match. I agree with you. It's either like a Braun showcase or an EO showcase, something like that. They need like one more match on the show.
Yeah, we spoke on that. Yeah, but I don't have the big problem with the 5-match PLEs. Like, it's not a big problem for me. But what we're talking about was, as far as featuring someone on Raw last night, like what he just said. Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm okay if the 5 matches are good 5 matches to Pete on PLEs. My issues with Triple H is when it's 5 matches that he's just checking off a checklist. Oh, I need to have Cody. I need to have a world title match. I need to have 1 mid-card title match. I need to have a women's title match and maybe a women's tag match. That's what it felt like a lot in 2024. It felt like he was just checking off a checklist, and once he got there, it was fine. Like, nah, I'm not with that. If you're going to be a 5-match merchant, then I need your 5 best matches, not 5 matches you're checking off a checklist.
Right. That's fine. Respectable.
Will Chisholm, thank you so much. You guys are killing. You guys are killing it today. Thank you, guys. Will says the only person who is happy is CM Punk. He's like, I'm getting my Mania main event with Roman. LOL. Yo, CM Punk might have been walking down the hall like this. Like, I just beat Seth Rollins. I'm going to WrestleMania to face Roman Reigns. Rock ain't gonna be around. I'm good.
He is a walking beacon of happiness. CM Punk is, which I know annoys SB3 because he wants bitter, angry Punk.
Hey, I got a little bit of that in the post match, so I can't complain.
Which I missed, but I saw it back later.
I can't complain too much. We got Bell with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Bell, who says, it seems like DJ wrestling was either last year or this year, and as usual, Hollywood stacked up his schedule, and that sucks for WWE.
Look at my guy John Cena. He said, no, I'm done for the year. This is my last time. I'm clearing my schedule. I'm 100% focused on working these dates. A lot of dates, by the way.
Yeah. Because he's like, I'm going to get the fuck up out of here. Y'all good now. Y'all good. Y'all don't need me.
Hey, there's a lot I want to see from Dwayne as the final boss. There's a lot. Want to see Roman. Want to see Cody. And then I got to wanting something else last night when they showed another backstage segment with this guy talking with Drew McIntyre. I was talking to SB3. I was like, this would be money. I don't even care who's the face, who's the heel. I prefer, it doesn't even matter. It's the promo battles between those two. Oh my God, so much fun. Please do it. Please do it, Dwayne. But that's me being greedy because this guy's schedule, you're lucky if we get one of the three that I mentioned. One. And
We
Roman's going
got
to take priority. It has to be.
yeah, that was obvious. That was obvious with the angle that we're about to talk about. Top guy JJ in the chat. Good to see you, good brother. He said, "Yo, what's up, fellas? Some night, huh? LOL."
Man, they even got him to tune in.
You know, we got about 40 of y'all watching on Facebook, about 200 of y'all overall. If you haven't already, drop the thumbs up on the video. Sound off in the live chat, guys. If you're watching us on Twitter, sound off in the live chat. Let us know what you thought about Raw on Netflix. It could be good, bad, indifferent. Like what you like, just don't be a dick, as they say. But let's talk some more about the rest of the show, but we may sprinkle in some more Rock talk because that's one of the big talking points from the show. But we got Alicia Taylor is the ring announcer for our first matchup, which is Solo Sikoa going one-on-one with Roman Reigns in tribal combat. I did like the new kind of like entrance thing where they had the titles on the side. They've been showing that over the last couple of weeks, but I like it here on this show because, like I said, there's a bunch of new viewers to the show, so it gives them a big rundown and stuff like that with Roman. It makes him feel like he is the top guy, one of the top stars in the whole entire world. The ring canvas is black in color with sponsors added.
Can I say something?
The ring ropes are now white.
Oh, can you hear me?
They went to a commercial break right after the ring introductions, which was ad-free of Netflix in Canada and in outside of the United States, but for us in the US we did get the ads. And then the match starts. We get a loud fuck you Solo chant. The two men faced off before the match. Cole gave a lot of background about the matchup throughout the match as well, particularly for Solo Sikoa, perhaps to benefit the new viewers, which I liked a lot as well. They were having a fairly even matchup when Solo busts out spinning Solo. He then gives him one onto the announce table. Solo also hits him with a monitor by the announce table, and he chucks the steel steps at Roman's face. They went to break for a second time for some viewers here in the US. Solo repeatedly attacked with the steel chair. He tried for a running hip attack with Reigns' head wrapped inside of the steel chair, but Reigns was able to move and attack him with the steel chair. Solo avoided a concerto by Roman and responded with a low blow and another spinning Solo for a near fall. Solo went to the outside and grabbed a table, but Roman hit him with the drive-by kick. Roman sets up the table in the ring, but Solo hits him with the kendo stick and then points to his head like, "I'm smart." Solo choked him with the kendo stick and then taunted him. Solo set up the table and looked like he was going to get control when he finally gets powerbombed through the table by Roman for a big pop. Roman is only able to get a near fall here, though. We get Tama Tonga coming out, pulling out the referee, yanking the referee out of this one. The crowd starts buzzing as behind Roman is Jacob Fatu, who hits him with a big super kick. We get the yeet chants from the crowd as Jacob Fatu connects with his double jump moonsault. Solo hits Roman with the Samoan spike. The referee counts 1, 2, kick out by Roman. They get pissed at the referee, Chad Patton, the first referee for a Raw match on Netflix. He tries to reason with the Bloodline, but Solo Samoan spikes him. That brings out Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso for the backup for Roman. They come out, they take care of Jacob and Tama on the outside. Jimmy super kicks Solo. Sami connects with the Aluva kick. He pushes Solo into a spear from Roman. We get no referee. A new one comes down, and we get the 1, 2. Solo kicks out at 2. The crowd is buzzing at this point with "This is awesome" chants. Sami and Jimmy wipe out the rest of the Bloodline. They fight them to the back. Cole is screaming excitedly, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is what World Wrestling Entertainment is all about." Before Reigns could go for a spear, though, Kevin Owens appears. He delivers a stunner to Roman. Solo pins Roman. Roman kicks out. Cody Rhodes comes down to a huge pop with his music. He fights off Owens, hitting the Cody cutter. Roman and Solo are down, then left. We get a couple of counters until Roman hits a big spear. Roman fires up. He hits a second spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns wins tribal combat. He is the tribal chief, and he does own the Ula Fala. And then we get Paul Heyman coming into the ring with the Ula Fala. He's about to anoint Roman, bestow him with the honor of being the tribal chief, when The Rock walks out without his music. Heyman was about to present him, but Rock asks him for it instead. As the high chief, Silhouette, Rock placed the Ula Fala over Roman's head. They hugged. Very tense hug. They stared down with one another. And then Roman poses with the Ula Fala as The Rock looks on, nodding with approval. Well, that's it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
we watch wrestling, guys.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. That's all. Fun match, especially when we got the budget. I call it budget Roman versus Cody WrestleMania 40 style, with the run-ins and stuff.
Yeah.
That made it a little bit of fun. I thought the action beforehand was better than SummerSlam, which isn't saying much. It was just solid. It was solid stuff before that, but it became fun with the run-ins and everything until the conclusion. So overall, good opener to the show, and the post-match that was flat as fuck with Dwayne coming out.
I enjoyed the match. I had fun.
I don't know if your mic is disconnected because I can't hear you.
Can anyone in the chat hear me? Yes or no?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I can't hear you. I don't know if it's you're not muted, so I know it's not that. It's like maybe your mic, or maybe it's me.
I think it's.
Can y'all tell us in the chat? Tell us in the chat if you can hear Romeo.
He hears me.
Okay. Oh, it's just me? So I gotta exit out. I'll exit out and come back.
I thought I'll entertain you guys while he's gone. Everybody hears me. Okay. I thought the match was cool. I'm really proud of Solo. This was a big test for Solo Sikoa. And he delivered. He delivered in every facet. I even liked the beginning, Solo handing the Ula Fala to Paul Heyman. Like, there was some honor to that. And yeah, but these tables, these announce tables, these new announce tables they got, what is up with them? You gotta go through them with the force of a cannon to break these things. That, and during this match, during the main event. Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear you.
Oh, this is gonna be tough to do a review like this. Maybe take the
okay, now
off.
Now I hear you.
Well,
now I hear you.
Mess with the wire.
No. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was, but yeah, I could not hear you.
So I was just saying, I was proud of Solo. I thought he delivered. A big test for him. And but these new announce tables they got, it's like, what are they made of? Vibranium? This is like, they tried to break it in this match. They tried to break it in the last match. Well, I felt like they tried to break it, and it wouldn't break. We gotta. This is a bad design. We need the whole tables. This is a bad design. We need the tables to actually break.
I mean, yeah, that they were reinforced. We learned that in the main event.
I didn't like Roman kicking out immediately out of the stunner. Stone Cold rolling in his grave somewhere. It is Roman. He's overpowered. And the end, there was tension in the air for me. I was like, he's gonna turn. He's setting him up. Rock is setting him up. They're following this shot for so long, and then WWE likes to fake you by taking Rock out of the shot so you don't see nothing, and then you're thinking again, oh, here he comes, and it never happens, and you're waiting. They stayed with Roman this victory for so long. It felt like forever, and it's like at the end of it, nothing happens, and you're like, what was all that? Just to put over Roman strong again? Probably the last guy in this roster that needs that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a worthless moment. If you weren't gonna do anything to even just tease things, like even a look or anything, give me something. Like, this is the overarching like criticism that I have to the show, is that it lacks substance. There's no meat on this bone for this show. This is fucking This is a fucking house with new wallpaper and it's fucking roaches, and you don't have furniture anywhere. That's what the fuck this was.
Oh man.
We got CM Punk. He is warming up in the back. That's when we see that he has the ROH jacket, the Triple X jacket. That last time he wore that was at All In 2023.
What? Now what kind of message was he trying to send here? You analyze this.
Hey, you know, I think he was
hates
trying
Seth
to.
Rollins that much.
I think he was
looks at him
trying
like
to
Jack Perry.
I think he was trying to tell Seth, you should fear for your life.
That was good analysis right there.
There you go. We got another super chat donation from our boy Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. He says, can this bloodline story continue on, or was this match the end all be all? It's not the end all be all. It's never the end all be all.
But on that point, I do wonder what's next for Solo. How does Solo come back from this?
I do wonder that too, because there's been a lot of people that's alluded to maybe Jacob and the Tongans turn on him.
No, I hate
that.
No,
I don't like that either.
They should be together much longer.
I don't like that either.
He should try to strengthen his bloodline now, and bring in Hikuleo, if that's the plan. I don't know.
Or maybe they can do something that they haven't done this entire time for the Solo Sikoa push. It might be the weirdest thing that they're ever going to hear, Romeo.
What?
How about having Solo win some matches?
I would.
They literally have not done. They literally have not done that. They did it. They did all of that when he was the fucking enforcer of the bloodline, but they have not done that since he's been the leader of the fucking bloodline. That's how ridiculous this shit is. But we do have a special guest joining us today, Romeo.
Yes.
Joining us are, I know, shockingly, for 2 times. I was just talking about this guy at the beginning of the show doing 3 times in a week. Shockingly, twice in a week. But it is Top Guy JJ. How are you doing, Top Guy?
Made it through the motherfucking snowstorm that just took place over in India. I was like, shit, I thought I wasn't gonna make it home one time. Got almost 2 feet out that bitch over there. But come back to the slummy dirt of New York, and immediately takes like 3 hours to get home. But woo, some night, huh?
What's up, man?
Yeah, we started off the show kind of going over overall thoughts and different things that we noted from the show before we gotten into things, but we appreciate you for joining us. What was your overarching thoughts on last night's WWE Raw on Netflix premiere?
Based on the interviews that I was listening to with like Michael Cole and with Triple H and with all of the stuff that was leading up to it, I kind of just had a feeling that this was going to be a big put your dick on the table and flex on everybody else. Nothing of substance was going to happen on this show. It was just going to be a mega star show filled with mega star moments, and hopefully we get back to business starting next week. That was literally what I thought was going to happen. And then the spectacle of the Intuit Dome. I mean, visually, my God, amazing. Amazing. Like, presentation was phenomenal, top notch. This was not what I was hoping the AEW would have done with their Max premiere, but at least make it a bigger deal. WWE just put their fucking cards on the table and said, yo, this is who we are. Fuck all of the fucking wrestling fans. We are just going to show you our motherfucking star power, put our dick on the table and say, we the bosses of this bitch. That was literally what you got last night. So, yeah, was it a spectacle? Yes. Was it a wrestling show? Not really. So
was it? And like when you said, I expected the megastar and the megastar moment. I only got half of that. I didn't get any moments.
Well,
there was no moments on this show.
Considering that Roman is the biggest deal in the company, they gave him his moment, which I thought was so missed, such a missed opportunity. to actually create
For
a
a hot
story
angle.
there.
Yes.
Such
Yeah.
a missed opportunity there. Just the presentation was so half-assed. The acknowledgement just took way longer than it should. If the motherfucker was just gonna do that, he should have just stood ringside and just fucking just did that and just fucking saved 5 minutes of our time. Just that should have just been the start of the WrestleMania storyline right there. Right there. I was like, there's no way he's not gonna fucking attack him here. There's no way he's not gonna. There's no way.
Yo, we literally were on the watch along. We were like, yeah.
This is happening. This is
gonna
finally
happen.
happening.
It's like, okay,
And he just
nothing
gets
happened?
to, you know, and mind you, if you're at the arena, great photo op right there.
Yeah.
Great photo op right there. So it's a big dick on the table. This is what we flexing our muscles. This is the moments that I got from this show. That was one of them, and this is basically a prelude. This was a show for the good guys, people. This was a show for the good guys.
I thought The Rock was gonna be like handed over. Like, okay, that's cute. You guys just fall for the tribal chief. By the way, I'm the high chief. So what does this
Exactly.
even matter?
Man just thanked Cody Rhodes in person. He thanked
Yo,
Cody Rhodes.
he totally nuked the Cody angle. Oh
Like,
my god.
Like, it was like
You said you thought this would be a dick on the table moment. It was, but it wasn't the dick on the table moment we thought it would be. It was a dick on the table moment for The Rock being like, fuck your Mania fans, your Mania plans. I'm not coming.
yeah, that is basically he just eradicated himself from any WrestleMania rumors because this was no indication at all that he is coming back anytime soon. Anytime soon. And the motherfucker took a fucking Moana reshoot. Yeah, Mania 41 nuked, son. That shit is nuked for him.
And then I understand, they had to do this segment where they set up that Roman's going to be returning on January 27. They're going to do an acknowledgement ceremony. Roman says, he wants to do it on the 27th. That's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I really wanted on this segment? Not a fucking 2K advertisement. I wanted them to run into Punk. Set something up that I can look forward to. And that would have been so small because literally that segment happens and the Punk match is next. You could have made it like he's walking to the fucking ring.
Nah, they turned it into commercial. It was a commercial. It was literally a commercial.
I'd have been fine with
that. The January, I was like, we're really going to have to wait 3 weeks just for a ceremony?
And by the way, this
video the nigga can't get on a plane and just show up to an arena just to get acknowledged next week and then fucking come back for the go home. Like, Jesus Christ. It's like the minute, and I say this with all love to my tribal chief, all love in the world. But as soon as this nigga gets a shred of fucking success, this nigga gets back on his bullshit and wants to come to work once a month, like me. But I actually go to a real job. But this nigga, this is his job. He's not taking any roles in anything. He's like, oh, I got my Ula follow back. I'll see y'all in 3 weeks.
Yep.
I'll see y'all for the go home show to the Royal Rumble.
I'm the real star. I'm the real star now.
Like, damn, son. Like
he didn't even reference a fucking transfer window. He's just on Raw now.
We got Rocked and we got Roman in the same show.
Like, damn, this nigga can't celebrate success for shit with the people. He's like, I'm going back on vacation.
I got to send out all the invitations. That's why it takes a couple of weeks of invitations to the acknowledgement ceremony.
It takes some time, some preparation for acknowledgement ceremony to get it exactly right.
Together.
Exactly. He's like, let all the motherfuckers that ain't getting no shine this entire week, including the world heavyweight champion, let him get a chance to actually be on the show.
Yo, that's the first thing. That's the first thing I said, JJ, on this review. I was like, the world heavyweight champion.
The fucking champion. Yo, Cody Rhodes not only made an appearance, he was involved.
I mean,
But he also didn't get to talk either.
It's
Cody.
exactly. Like
he didn't
I think you're for people who didn't watch it, you're glorifying what Cody did. Cody
But
got
it's
little
more-
brother by Dwayne,
Yeah.
and then he drank with Dwayne. He played grab ass with Dwayne backstage, and he interfered and continued his Kevin Owens story. That's really going to continue on SmackDown.
Yeah, even though he got, little brother,
At least he got in the
Right.
fucking ring.
and
To be
Gunther,
fair,
Gunther
At
gets
least he
Gunther
got in
gets
the
nothing.
ring.
Gunther
Like,
should be
you know-
annoyed.
Gunther got a fucking, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and fucking take a leak fucking vignette, and by the time you're gone, he's fucking off your screen for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Like, this is your champion of your fucking program. And you showed the other belt more times than you showed your champion. This is your champion.
barely got mentioned on the show even.
And these niggas had enough time, again, to put their dick on the table and make sure Undertaker had a moment to come out.
Oh, we're gonna get into that. You're gonna get into that, man. You know how pissed I was. But to answer Chuck Berry's, yes, the Bloodline story is continuing. How is it gonna continue? That's a better question, and a better question for WWE is that they're going to have to be creative on how it continues as far as Roman's involvement within the Bloodline storyline and how Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, that side of the Bloodline is going to respond to now Roman officially being the tribal chief.
Is Solo like being like secretly punished for something that we don't know of? Like,
no,
like,
I wouldn't say is that.
He gets a shred of success for finally pinning Roman Reigns in a match that nobody remembers, to getting put on the spotlight and getting all the shenanigans in the world, getting all the interference in the world, and just still loses like so easily. Like, it was such an easy defeat.
Yeah, like honestly, the pinfall win in that 6-man at Crown Jewel is so totally soulless now.
Like, I don't
It
even
literally was just so they could say, oh, he pinned Roman that one time. Remember that 6-man? No, you don't remember that? Oh, we got a clip. Look. He pinned him one time. It happened. But like I said before you came on here, JJ, I was like, maybe they can have Solo actually win some singles matches, because that's the one thing they have not done. He got fucking 47 shots at the WWE title without ever winning a singles match.
Bro, we've been talking about that shit for how many months now? To have some meaningful wins, and then he gets one in a fucking match in fucking in Saudi Arabia that nobody fucking remembers. Like, this is the shit, man. It's like, I'm like, is this man, like, he has been trying. Like, he's been trying with character work. He's been talking so much more than he's ever done in his entire career. He's trying in the ring. It's not like he's not great in the ring at all, but he's trying. And it's just like, nah, bro, you ain't good enough, bro. Let's get this fucking Ula follow off of you. Let's get the spotlight off of you. You ain't getting no wise man, nigga. You ain't even getting a singles title. Like, nah, fuck all that.
That was his push. This was his push. All this main event spotlight.
A fucking necklace that Paul Heyman blew up the spot on and said that this nigga stole out of his gym bag while he was in the shower. Like, he buried him on that promo. like what did Solo do to y'all, bro?
Hey, we pushed him as much as we could. That's what WWE's gonna do.
Enough. Niggas put an engine behind Roman Reigns for fucking a decade. Like, you give Solo Sikoa a year. Like, shit.
We got the King Ellie show with a super chat donation here. Thank you so much, King Ellie. He says, I've had several friends who don't watch tell me they're now interested. So as much as that episode wasn't for me, it worked to a certain degree. I've also had a lot of friends who hit me up who don't watch and watched it last night who said that show sucked. So it wasn't even for all casuals. It wasn't for all casuals. Just because you have a couple of friends that liked it, I had a couple of friends that did like it too. This is very much a divisive show. It's not, oh, it didn't work for me because I watch wrestling, but it worked for the casuals. No, it didn't even work for all the casuals. It was very divisive for the casuals, it seems, as well.
You know what they ended up doing? What they did is that when they did the Raw 25, they did Raw 30, they did Raw 1000, and that was all dick on the table episodes. It got them a push in ratings. So they did end up scoring bigger ratings on those episodes. So they just thought, let's stick to the same ass formula, and that shit is going to work again. And introducing who for tomorrow? What stars for tomorrow? Who on that show is going to be on Raw in 2 weeks?
None of them. No, I had someone who argued with me. Oh, I got to read this comment. I'm sorry. Whoever I won't
get to eat in 2 weeks though. You're gonna get to
I won't say the person's name because I don't want to put them out on Front Street too much. But I would just say this: it did tickle me. I had to respond. They've already responded to me as well. But I'll see if I read that one. But I put out. Retweeting the whole report about the Taker appearance being the reason nixing the Becky Lynch return. And I said, I've never been so validated not liking a segment. And he said, yeah, nothing wrong with the spot. Crowd went crazy and the people I was watching it with were losing their minds. This was about bringing back some old fans and connecting the generations. It worked. A lot of people who didn't watch will check it out next week. I was like, old fans aren't gonna keep watching for Taker. He's not here next week.
The next time you see him will be a long time.
He's not here next week.
So again, this was a show for the people that were in attendance. The people that were in attendance got themselves a show. That was it. That was it.
That's it.
You enjoyed it if you were there.
Let me say something about this Becky report. I can understand not having her return last night. I can understand. Give something to next week's show if it's going to happen there. Like, have something stand out there. It would have kind of got buried a little bit here with everything that was going on. Yeah, it would have been fun, but I understand holding off on it. Spread things out these first couple of weeks. Spread things out.
This show desperately needed something to hook them. Like they said, oh man, anything can happen. You can have a return of a star who's gonna be here often, who's gonna be here week after week. No, they just did their fucking regular, their fucking regular anniversary legend spot. That's all they did.
So if it was like Dwayne Johnson, if it was a show that was happening next week, like could anybody say definitively from last night's episode what did last night lead into next week? You won't have an answer.
You won't. You just won't. You just won't.
Every match they promoted for next week, not a single fucking one of them were on the show on last night. Not a single one of them were on last night's show. All 4 matches they advertised, not a single soul was on last night.
They were in the crowd. So that counts.
Like this is okay. Like here's the A show first. And here's the B cast coming next week on Raw.
Here's the JV team. That was varsity. Here's JV. So that person did respond. Not at all. But just the group I was with took it as him telling them this is the new badass in town. They will definitely keep watching for her, of men and women. It really wasn't meant for anything but the one night pop. So in that regard, it worked. Save Becky for another night. Nothing. This did not like taking Taker's word that Becky did. Rhea Ripley. This did not change Rhea Ripley's career. It did not tell new fans who are watching or old fans that Rhea Ripley is a badass. If they watched the 10-minute match before that, they would know she's a badass. What the fuck do you mean?
Bro, Rhea Ripley's the only person they've made important for the past year. And this included the person that held the fucking championship for almost 5 months. For more than 5 months, actually.
I'm just like really disappointed in wrestling fans. Like
what is this new? What is a new concept?
It's not.
Breaking news! Breaking
news!
No,
it's because they're fooled by the shit. We do have another super chat donation from Belle. Thank you so much, Belle. She says, when The Rock announced he was going to NXT tonight, was I the only one thinking, well, Eddie Thorpe is dead? No, I was thinking, oh, they're trying to pop a rating on CW. That's not going to last until next week. That's not going to last the week after.
One day of promotion is wild. It tells you they really don't have that much interest in taking that seriously.
And it tells me that Ava asked when she went to the Golden Globes with The Rock.
Hey, you want to come to NXT Tuesday? Yeah, sure, darling.
Yeah, sure. I ain't doing nothing. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Okay. We got another
for work day.
I got another super chat donation from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. Yeah, you guys are killing it today. He says, I think we more mad than Rhea was. She was marking out over it. Oh, no, 100%. Rhea is a fan of The Undertaker. That's fine. That's fine and dandy. That's 100% great. Now, let's turn that around and say we did have Gunther on this show. And Gunther wins a World Heavyweight Championship matchup only for fucking Mae Young to come from the grave and come out,
that's a choice.
run around the ring, come back to her and be like, he's the new badass now. Because Gunther's a big fan of Mae Young and it meant a lot to him. So like, does that work for y'all? Does that work? Or should I? Oh, no. Let me go to the pervs out there. Trish Stratus. It's Trish Stratus. She walks around the ring and then she comes to Gunther and says, Gunther, you're the badass now, and raises his hand. And that, that meant a lot to Gunther because he's a big fan of her. We're gonna be like, why did Trish come out and take the spotlight from Gunther? Let's stop being around the bush. Undertaker came out and stole the spotlight from Rhea Ripley. It was not an endorsement. It was a fucking jerk off session for the fucking Undertaker, who's gotten 1,001 fucking jerk off session for the past fucking decade that he should have fucking retired.
Why y'all get this nigga started back on this Undertaker shit? We thought that 2025 would be a year of peace. And then we get fucking 6 days into the year, we get the Gong and Kid Rock.
Come on, man. Perfectly fine with what the Undertaker did.
But I'm not mad at it in its entirety because it will pop pretty much any arena that it goes to. But again, this match was not for the wrestling fan. This match was to get people watching a show, a spectacle. It was a spectacle, basically. A spectacle that happened to be on Monday night at 8 o'clock.
Liv should have won.
Yeah, the New Day, they had a segment during our commercial break where they came out. They were supposed to have a match tonight, but they told Triple H they weren't really want to be there because LA didn't deserve to see them wrestle. The crowd booed, and Woods noted they were just booing the truth. Woods said Los Angeles was the one who had bad taste in music because they elevated the trash rapper Kendrick Lamar, and Kingston said they were just mad because Drake won the beef. They went on for a bit until Redmond cut them off because they were out of time.
Wish I would have seen this segment.
That should have happened in the ring.
Yes.
That should have been in the ring.
Great lines.
The heat would have been much more magnified if it was in the ring.
1,000%.
Like the fact that should happen in a crowd and you're kind of having to look for them. And if you're in the arena in some parts, you have to watch that entire thing on a TV. So it takes away from the steam of, because it got a little bit of heat, but Hulk Hogan got more heat than the New Day.
We should mention this. A ridiculous amount of commercials on this show. Ridiculous. For something that's on Netflix. I understand having commercials. This was way too much. Way too much.
It became like we were just watching the cable show.
And they had some issues that they're obviously gonna have to fucking, like, there was parts of dialogue literally as he was talking that he just cut out. And there was parts that it just seemed like missteps happened. Like they just didn't time their outs and ins properly. And yeah, the commercial timing, like it was a little wonky. Like they had moments where they didn't have any for a little while. They just went in and out. And then they just had a full on 5 minutes of shit. And it was like, damn, bro. Okay. All right. I guess this is for episode 1, so y'all got some kinks to fucking work out. But yeah, it was all the drone shit and seeing the camera angles and seeing them yeeting all over the place, looking at Michael Cole looking like a frail white boy, not knowing what the fuck he's doing. Like,
Not at all.
Hilarious.
Everybody just it was a good time for the folks that was in attendance. It was a good time.
Yeah, 100%. Like that's what I said before you came on here, Top Guy. I was like, this was a show that probably sold a ticket. Like the next time WWE is in your city, you're gonna want to go. You're gonna go and be a part of the Yeet entrance. You're gonna want to go and scream for Roman Reigns and put the ones up. You're gonna want to go and scream for Rhea Ripley. But I don't think it was the type of show that made anybody want to watch this show again on Netflix next week.
Motherfuckers, next week you're gonna be so disappointed. They're gonna be so disappointed because we should get more wrestling next week.
Yeah,
should.
But yeah, that the lineup. I'll be honest though, the lineup for next week doesn't enthuse me too much.
Romeo said it best. B lineup, get in there. This is basically fucking Doc Rivers pulling out all the starters and being like, "Oh, y'all just go in now. Y'all go in now. So last 5 minutes." Y'all can go in, get everybody a break. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the actual game.
They're in San Jose next week.
San Jose is going to be so fucking disappointed next week. Oh, my God. Yeah. They are going to get such dirt. They're going to get such dirt next week.
They get their hometown girl.
Oh, and Bailey. You can go to San Jose. You can go there. You can totally go there.
We got time for you. We got time for you now, Gunther. Don't worry. We got time for you now.
Hell yeah, promote your next feud and everything. Nobody's gonna watch that shit, but sure, go ahead.
So mean. Why are we doing this to Gunther?
People's gonna watch it anyway because it's on fucking Netflix. People's gonna watch it, but
oh yeah, this new car smell is gonna go on for like until Mania season, probably.
The entire Mania season, yeah.
Yeah, they'll probably have the drop off after Mania season. That's probably when.
Oh, by the way, guy, don't forget playoff game next Monday, NFL.
Yeah, Monday night.
Yes.
That's that. Oh, Rams Vikings. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a ratings killer. Everybody's gonna be watching Raw on demand on Tuesday.
Well, it was a nice run.
That's why they're giving such a shit show next week. They're literally taking next week off.
Oh, by the way,
they're
the Monday
literally
after,
taking next week off.
The Monday after,
it's like we'll punt.
The Monday after in Dallas, they face the college football championship game.
Oh shit!
So that means
they're punting back-to-back weeks.
That means they're punting.
That's why Roman is not showing up until the 4th week.
That's why you see, Roman. I hate how smart Roman Reigns is, bro. Like it's fucking
big brain
ridiculous. Like this nigga said,
he wants to watch these games,
football and back to. I'll see y'all in 3 weeks.
He was like, "We ain't competing with that. I ain't ruining my reputation by being on those shows.
Bullshit. I ain't coming to any of these fucking shows. I'm watching football."
Big brain Roman.
Great call on that.
Big brain Roman is at it again.
No, that means all of them niggas is taking the next 2 weeks off. Like fucking you might not even get a yeet for 3 weeks.
Nah. Jimmy will be there.
Jay.
We're past the point of confusing the twins now. Come on.
Which twin is it?
Sheesh.
I mean,
so disrespectful.
Nah. Jay is so fucking. Oh, he's super old.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
he's becoming a superstar. Like he's literally in front of your eyes becoming a literal superstar.
Yep.
Next up, we get the latest vignette, and it is confirmed the latest vignette for Penta.
What does that say? I can't. Yeah, Penta. Oh,
Penta is coming to WWE, and he is probably coming next week, as we would get later on in the show a segment with Chad Gable, which we'll get into. But Penta's coming. It is confirmed.
Well, listen. I gotta get a WWE for something. They falsely advertised 2 things on this show.
Yes.
We never got the Rey Mysterio tag match against the New Day. We had a mystery partner. And Rhea Liv was supposed to be last woman standing completely forgotten. And just a regular match. Don't do that. Don't announce things and then scrap them. Don't do that. Follow up to them, or just don't announce them.
And they also did the logo tease and put the Netflix sign behind it for 1/6. So all we got was the name reveal on 1/6 and not the actual fucking thing.
They did always place the Netflix shit right after those vignettes
Yeah.
the last couple of weeks. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
They
Baseball
just
and
said
other
fuck it to a lot of shit, bro. They
did. A lot
it.
of shit got scrapped. A lot of shit got scrapped from this show. And,
Yo, you mean to tell me that Becky got flew out there for no fucking reason?
Yo, if she did, that's ridiculous. Well, we're gonna get into it more when we get to the match.
She's with her husband. She'll be all right.
They did announce the location for Royal Rumble 2026 being Saudi Arabia. We see a few of the SmackDown
How's CM Punk gonna
wrestlers.
get out of that one?
We see a few of the SmackDown wrestlers in a suite. We see Gabriel Iglesias. We see alleged sex offender Ashton Kutcher. We see Michael Shea. Wale was shown in the ringside. We see Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, and the War Raiders. Rey was wearing an Eddie Guerrero shirt that got a big pop. And then we get John Cena. Huge pop for Cena, who comes out in his LA Dodgers colors.
Ugh.
As Rock did earlier. The Cena puts
Ripped
over
out.
Netflix and talks about the magnitude of this episode. He thanked Netflix, and I was like, oh God, another thank you Netflix promo. Cena was honored
here.
Gag reflexes.
Cena is honored to stand in a ring wearing jorts in LA for the last time. He couldn't think of a better place to kick off his big farewell tour. He slept in his car when he worked at Ghost Gym Venice, trained to wrestle in UPW in Orange County, and rented a place in Inglewood. It was where Prototype was born and where he won his first world title. He thanked the LA fans, and they thanked him as well, saying, "Thank you, Cena." Cena said that it was all about making moments, and there was a lot of noise and headlines from experts about his final WrestleMania opponent. They threw out all kinds of names like Drew McIntyre, boos, CM Punk, loud pop, Logan Paul, boos, Gunther, a mix of boos and cheers, Cody Rhodes, a large pop, not as big as Punk. People were also asking when Cena would become the record-breaking 17-time world champion. The crowd cheered that as well and chanted, "You deserve it." Cena said the fans have always been honest with him, so he wanted to be honest with them. He didn't see it happening, and it was because of his streak. It's been 2,446 days since he won his last match.
Damn.
Speaking of the wrestlers in the back, he says, "My time is up. Their time is now." And the crowd booed. He said it would take a miracle to win the title. With a streak like that, the only way to even get a title shot was to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, or survive the Elimination Chamber, or win the Royal Rumble. The crowd cheered. Cena said he should be in the Royal Rumble. Because there was no next year, the best way to say thank you was to win the Rumble and make history at WrestleMania. It sounded impossible, but if you knew anything about him, it was nothing was impossible. The only time we say never around here is when we say never give up. Cena ended this promo by saying, "I'm not just going to Royal Rumble, I am going to win the Royal Rumble."
Big pop.
I appreciated this because it accomplished something. It was very much the hokey John Cena that I did not really like that much in the 2010s, but now that it's the final farewell tour, I can just be with it, enjoy the ride, and it did kind of set up like a mission statement for his farewell tour, which I do enjoy. It has a point to it, which was missing on a lot of the show. JJ, what did you think?
Finally a piece of substance. Like we got some substance on this dick fest. Yeah, let's go. we got a fucking substance piece. that something in the future that involved one of these motherfuckers is actually going to take place. And it happens to be the motherfucker that's there the least. So, like how
He's so
ass
good.
backwards are we moving, guys? Like, come on. Like,
Shows you his greatness.
you got all of these. This shit, it's like John Cena is like the only motherfucker to realize the Royal Rumble is in 3.5 weeks. It's like ain't not a soul fucking declared for this shit yet. And the motherfucker that's never there fucking gives us some information that is substantial for an event that's literally happening in 3.5 weeks. Go fucking figure. Thank you, John Cena, for some fucking substance. And for people, look at the fucking calendar, guys. Now, and it is basically the next 2 weeks is that the entire fucking roster is going to start declaring for the fucking Royal Rumble because they're like, oh shit, Cena did it. I gotta get my hat in there. I'm winning the Royal Rumble. Like, y'all missed the boat, fucking idiots. Like, at least had some backstage segments of y'all fucking, you motherfuckers that's been there all year, don't know when the fucking calendar is. Jesus Christ.
That was incredible by John Cena, because here you have one of, if not the most winningest superstar ever. And he has turned himself into an underdog. What? John Cena, this overpowered John Cena, is now an underdog.
Not overpowered no more.
Yeah. And now we got to root for him to find his old ways of beating everybody. And here's what has to happen. I don't know if everyone's going to agree with this. Some people want Cena to win the Rumble. No. He needs to lose the Rumble. He needs to go in the chamber. He needs to lose the chamber. He needs to go all the way to Money in the Bank. And that's when he wins. That's when he finally wins.
The plan is obviously Cena and Cody.
I hate it.
I do too, but it is the plan. It is the plan. The faster y'all accept it and figure out a way to make it good.
Paul's watching. Paul, listen to me. We don't have to do this Cody Cena thing.
We got like 270 people watching. It might be Paul.
One of them might be, One of them might be Triple H.
One of them is definitely carrying Cross, so he could definitely relay the message.
Yes, he could relay the message. Thank you for following me. No, don't make the crowd choose between Cody and Cena. It's the dumbest shit. Do not do it. Sorry. I know Cody really wants that match. I'm sorry.
Is it?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Is this their seed to get Homelander?
That's too soon. It's too soon. No. Too soon.
Apparently, fucking John Cena's going after 17 in fucking 3 months. So, I mean, nothing apparently.
That should be the last thing he accomplishes on the tour. It should go to his final night with him with the briefcase. It's his last night. He's got no other. This is it. This is farewell. Then he does it.
And then
that's how it should go.
Loses the title to no one.
Then we have a tournament.
Gives it up.
Vacant.
So he did all of that just to get a tournament.
Vacant.
And we all know WWE doesn't do good with tournaments.
We got Pedley who says, nah, do it, please. Let Cena versus Cody drive Romeo nuts.
When does this tour end? December? The Royal Rumble's for the championship again.
Yeah. I think Cena loses in the Rumble, he wins the Elimination Chamber because they've pushed hard Cena being in the Elimination Chamber. So I think he wins it there.
He should lose. Keep losing. Then win Money in the Bank.
We're going to see a lot of those 36 Cena dates in the next 3 months.
Yeah. We got a super chat donation from Alexander Fitzgerald. Thank you so much, Alexander. He says, I just want them to finally do a John Cena heel turn. They can't do it.
Not happening.
Farewell tour.
It's over, man.
Let it go.
Not happening.
Farewell. This ain't 2014 no more.
This is our time to actually enjoy John Cena, you know?
Yeah, and he was on top during times where WWE were not doing well. Now he can be back and he can have his farewell tour when they're hotter than they've ever been since he's signed with the company. Let him enjoy.
If they wasn't going to turn John for once in a lifetime, then twice in a lifetime, this wasn't never going to happen.
They do a Logan Paul video package. He says that he's taking wrestling seriously now, and now he's 100% a WWE Raw superstar. We see Logan Paul in the crowd with the rest of Celebrity Row, and we should just go through a bunch of the notable names that we did see in the crowd when it comes
Is that
to
Flow Rider?
Yeah, sure, looks like him.
Not even mentioned.
Oh shit! They
Hall of
Eric
Famer.
they Eric Matthews Flow
mentioned.
Rider. They Eric Matthews Flow Rider.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, they showed Topanga and Eric Matthews from Boy Meets World, Danielle Fishel and Will Friedle. Did not mention Will Friedle right next to her.
Yeah, who cares?
How disrespectful
He's
can
not
you
the star
be?
of this shot. Who cares?
How disrespectful can you be?
Well, he was trending on Twitter from this. Eric
Yes,
Matthews.
absolutely. Michelle McCool was also in the crowd. Miss Maga Taker. Vanessa Hutchinson making it a habit of being in the crowd at WWE events at this point. Another person, podcaster extraordinaire and actor in Den of Thieves, got the Lakers championship. Shout out to him. O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Lakers gonna get a championship.
Probably closer than the Knicks. Stephanie McMahon is also in the crowd. Clapping it up for everything. Nikki Bella was in the crowd as well. I was surprised to see her. She was next to Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker and WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton. Yeah. I was shocked that this is the first time we see Tiffany and she doesn't have the title.
Have the title. Come on.
Have the title. Like, that's the simplest thing. And then but the biggest pop, the largest pop of anyone in Celebrity Raw,
crazy
Macaulay Culkin.
This nigga got a Stone Cold pop, bro.
Yo,
he got the roar. He got the roar from Los Angeles.
Get this, invite this guy back. Have him in the ring.
Yo, whenever they in LA, yo, he needs to be like a mandatory added. Like, god damn, that shit was thunderous for him, yo.
They should be like, how would you like to wrestle?
Yeah, absolutely.
And poor Wale, nigga got shouted out, and he got the fucking camera on him like 3 frames later. No problem.
Yep. He was out saying smoking weed. Probably. But we get next up our second match of the show. An hour and a half into the show. It is Liv Morgan defending
hour and a half into this review.
Yes, that too. Liv Morgan defending the WWE Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley. This was advertised as a last woman standing matchup on different outlets, but it's just a standard matchup.
Terrible.
Ripley wiped out Rodriguez early on with the cannonball. She failed to get her hands on Dirty Dom. Ripley powerbombed Morgan on top of an announce table, but Morgan was able to take over with a code breaker onto the apron. Ripley made her comeback following a break, hit a big old riptide, but Liv was able to kick out at 2. Ripley couldn't believe it. Morgan kicked out. When Dom slides in a chair into Liv, but the referee yelled at him. Ripley knocked Rodriguez off of the apron. The distraction allowed Liv to hit Oblivion onto the steel chair. She hit 3 amigos, followed by a frog splash for a 2 count. She went for a second Oblivion, but Rhea was able to catch her in midair and slam her down. She then hit her with consecutive riptides back to back. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley is your new WWE Women's World Champion. Post-match, Dominic Mysterio tries to either attack or hug Rhea Ripley, trying to get back on her side, but Rhea caught him. He acted like he wanted to embrace her, so she kicked him in the nuts, gave him a riptide. So that's the end of the story. I was like, that's confirmation that that's the end of this story, because we got the big thing that we were building to, which was Rhea getting her hands on Dirty Dom, laying him out. Riptide, she stands tall. She wins the Women's World Championship. All the spotlight is on her until I am the American Badass. You can program God and you can suck my dick. The big pop from the Los Angeles crowd, because they loved nostalgia, as Undertaker basically drives past her ass and runs around the fucking ring, doesn't even acknowledge her when he rides past her. Then he finally does acknowledge her, giving her a high five. Then they do the pose thing. Then they look into the camera. Rhea looked happy. So
Pretty
if
cool.
you want to be happy for Rhea, fine by you. I did not need The Undertaker on this goddamn show.
Oh, of course we didn't. I enjoyed
I mean, it was a cool moment.
that. I loved it.
It was a cool moment, especially for Rhea for being such a big Undertaker fan. So I was happy for her for that. I was like, the fact that you said that when he came out, he didn't even acknowledge her. I was like, I swear to God, she better not fucking leave. She better not fucking leave. I swear, I would have been so angry if she'd have left, but she stood there. I was like, good. Because
but how hard would it have been to just acknowledge, just like give her a fist bump before
he's old, bro.
Right around
He's
the
old.
knee?
He's old.
It was cooler at the end.
He's old.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It would have been cool. It would have been cooler as well if he gives her the fist bump when he comes out, and she goes like she's giving him the
He's
privilege.
a part of the moment.
She's a part of the moment. She's the one that's giving him the moment instead of Undertaker, how this is designed, Undertaker giving the rub to Rhea Ripley. How about you let Rhea Ripley give Undertaker a moment? That puts over Rhea Ripley more than what we got.
I think you're too angry at this.
I mean, that's going to be opinion based because I think people's going to really remember the end. There's just, especially WWE fans, they're just going to remember that end. They're going to remember how that scene, that picture, that's all they're going to promote on the media is them two together. So they're going to glorify everything that happened after the blow-by.
This ain't getting promoted by the media. This is like the 10th most important thing that happened on this goddamn show.
I mean, wait till like Thursday, you're going to see how many fucking Instagram, YouTube clips is going to come from this show alone.
No, there'll be plenty of like clips to play in like at end of the year. You could, she had that moment with the Undertaker. You know, there'll be some WWE fans that'd be like that, but didn't do anything. It was a one night cut.
It was unneeded,
unnecessary. I know there's gonna be some of y'all that are like Romeo be like, I was fine with it, but did it accomplish anything? It did not. Let's be real. Let's be real here.
Rhea's already the most over woman on the entire fucking.
Exactly. Did this like to give the rub? This is designed to be a segment of a legend giving a rub to a current star. Did he give any type of rub to Rhea Ripley? No, he did not.
No, but it was a cool visual. That's all.
Exactly. Thank you. No, that's all I wanted. I ain't even hear what you said after. I heard no. I heard no. Thank
that's
you.
all people's gonna remember. It's the visual. That's all people's gonna actually
remember.
Visual.
That's it. But hey, let me say something. Thank you, Liv. Thank you, Liv. Hashtag thank you, Liv. You were a great champion. You were so dominant. I'm sad it's over. I hope there's something good for you in store in the future. And one more thing. I forgot to mention this the first match. I hate these referee outfits. I hate them. What? A referee is supposed to look like a referee. White and black. That's it. Stop trying to be like UFC. You go back to the old refs. This black uniform, what is this? I hate it. Were you guys fine with it? Or what do you think?
Huh?
You guys are fine with it? What do you think?
It didn't bother me.
I was fine.
I
had so many other things that I hated on this show.
I had more problems with John Cena's shirt than I had with the referee outfit. Because John Cena's shirt had like 70,000 fucking promos on there. But other than that, yeah, I didn't really care.
I just don't like white racists being on my show. Maybe that's just me. But we go backstage to Kathy Kelly trying to interview Adam Pearce, and he's meeting with Bailey in the background. An interesting conversation that we did not hear about. They were interrupted by Chad Gable, an American Made. Gable said he single-handedly destroyed Alpha Academy and he planned on winning a singles title in 2025. I heard that one before, Chad. Gable wanted to dispel any rumors that he couldn't beat luchadors and wanted a match with the best luchador in the world next week. Pierce said that he would make a phone call. Penta versus Chad Gable seems like we're getting next week.
That's a hell of a first match to make freaking Penta look good. Chad Gable, he'll do it.
Put him in there with one of the best workers. That's a good plan.
The B cast, the B show.
That's a good move. Good move for the B show.
And Bailey is obviously going to be on next week's show in her hometown.
No, Bailey. I think Bailey's going to Raw.
Oh, maybe that too.
Yeah, the transfer window. They literally did like one move. They did like one move for the transfer portal. They need to do more than one move, and they need to move someone from SmackDown to Raw. It makes sense for it to be Bailey. She's a big enough star where you don't have to do too many other moves. Oh my God, we're getting my wish. I'm sorry. I have some breaking news that has nothing to do with this show, but I think I'm finally getting my wish because Tony Khan announced during our show here, Maximum Carnage in 2 weeks on January 15th, we will get the first ever women's casino gauntlet.
Okay.
I'm here for it. Rookie Tony Storm to win. Rookie Tony Storm to win. I didn't expect Yatu to be excited about it. I know you're not. You hate everything AEW. What did I expect there?
That's not true.
I didn't expect no pop from you.
Well, while you're off topic, I'm just gonna confirm. Yes, number 1 from True Hill Heat. Yes, fucking amazing.
Oh,
amazing!
You did watch
number
it.
One.
You did watch.
Hell yeah, I watched it twice.
I did too. I watched it after
twice.
we talked about it that day.
My God, I saw 2 other matches on there too, but that's for another talk. That's for another conversation. But yo, all 3.
I think that also affected my viewing of this show.
Because come on, SP, that's not fair.
I know it's not fair.
I
know it's not fair, but I think it did.
You can't compare a spectacle to a wrestling show.
No, I know, but I think that it did. I think that's why I'm probably being harsher than I mean to about the show. But we do get Jackie Redmond interviewing The Miz. He feigned excitement over Cena entering the Rumble, and he was interrupted by a pissed off Karrion Kross with Scarlett. Kross wanted to know if he was with them in facing the Wyatt Six. Miz said no. Kross ran down all of Miz's accomplishments like he always does, and basically tricked him like he was Bugs Bunny, saying that you're The Miz, right? Yeah. You're a 2-time Grand Slam champion, right? Yeah. You beat John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania, right? Yeah. You're gonna help us with the Wyatt Six, right? Yeah. And he said thank you, and then walked away.
So you heard it. Y'all heard it.
My guy, Karrion Kross, genius.
He's just getting so comfortable that I like it. That he's getting so comfortable, it is making him so much better. Yep. He's just becoming. I Karrion Kross for a championship in 2025. Sign me the fuck up.
Let's go.
Because he is really, really like vastly improved from his prior like WWE years.
I did not hear this. Will Ospreay versus Buddy Matthews on Dynamite this week? Oh, sign me up. I'm here for that.
Damn, I got to get out of work on time now. That shit gonna be crazy.
That shit's gonna slap, yo.
Yeah.
But yes, he's really, like Bell says in the chat, Kross has really found his
I love it. I love it. He is just finding his footing, and I love it. And I love the look too. Honestly, too. Like, he's finally found the look that works for him with hair. I always said that he didn't look right with hair, but he finally found the length that works. Yeah, just fucking super long.
One of my favorite moments of the show came next. Travis Scott was smoking weed.
I'm hyped.
And he was supposed to perform his song, but he decided not to. He had to take a hit. McAfee says that it was Sage. The crowd cheered, and they cheered even louder when Jey Uso's theme music hit. Travis Scott accompanied Jey Uso down to the ring, and this entrance was awesome. The crowd was into it.
Superstar.
You had Cole and McAfee on the desk eating themselves hilariously. Cole has has no rhythm.
Hilarious.
But you have
He's a true
Jay
white
going
boy.
one-on-one. Jay going one-on-one with Drew McIntyre here. Jay hits a suicide dive right at the entrance of Drew McIntyre. Jay went for another one, but Drew was able to catch him and suplex him. The match began as they entered the ring. McIntyre was in control until Jay hit a sit-out powerbomb. Jay followed with strikes and a running hip attack and a flying crossbody for a 2. McIntyre responded with a neck breaker. He went for the Claymore, but Jay caught him with a super kick. McIntyre came back with a spine buster and a sit-out powerbomb for a 2 count. They traded counters until McIntyre hit a future shock DDT for a 2. McIntyre went for the Claymore, but Jay countered into a spear for a 2. Jay went for a super kick, but Drew caught him with a Claymore, and he kicked out. A lot of finisher kickouts on this show. You heard it in the opener, in the Rhea Liv matchup, and in this one, and we would get it in the main event. McIntyre went for another Claymore, and Jay collapsed. He got to his feet. Drew took a sweet time. He went for another Claymore, but Jay dropped down and applied a crucifix pin, getting the pinfall victory over Drew McIntyre on the matchup here. This is the one result on the show that I fucking hated. Like, what is the this was like, I saw it on social media, and I gotta say it here. This was the biggest Drew Roman saying to Drew, "No, I won't face you at WrestleMania." Because if he's in line for any type of program or working with Roman ahead of WrestleMania or at WrestleMania, this was a sign it ain't happening anymore.
No, at least it was fluky. Yeah,
and the crowd died during this match. It was so quiet.
Yeah, they were exhausted. It'd been a long time. A lot of star power. That entrance though, Jey Uso's a superstar. That entrance was outstanding.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, superstar.
But I don't
superstar
like
just off the entrance alone.
I don't like Drew losing, but at least it's a fluky way.
I mean, if you're a new fan watching this though, does not Jay come off like a then the bell rings got kind of guy? Like I try to sometimes look at things outside of like me watching every week. If I'm a new viewer watching this, it seems like the crowd loved Jey Uso, and then they died when the bell rang. They didn't care.
I don't know.
It's got some merit to it just because his style is literally the exact same in every match. So there needs to be it's the same issue that like keep the same fucking energy. We had the same issue with when we were talking about Ricochet's issues in ring as far as him not having a substantial enough offense. The Jay's offense is predominantly fucking enziguri kicks and super kicks. Yeah. So it's like there's got to be more to him to get the crowd involved because the super kicks don't mean shit no more. They used to mean something during matches, but when you're doing 42 of them in a fucking match, it loses its substance.
Yeah, 100%. 100% agree. It just felt like the crowd didn't care, or they were conserving their energy for the main event.
Rightfully
so. And I don't like the result. I don't like the result. Like Drew had momentum, and Drew shouldn't be taking a loss this quick after the Hell in a Cell since coming back. And he also shouldn't be losing to Jey Uso because you had the whole story that you're also building with Sammy that these two guys can't beat Drew. And you just gave it away randomly on like the 4th most important match out of 4 matches.
This was the show for the good guys.
Cheap win though. He shouldn't be proud of that, Jey Uso. He shouldn't be proud.
He pinned him with a wrestling move. Yes, he should be proud of it. It wasn't cheap.
Drew's gonna get him back for that. Drew's gonna say it's cheap.
Well, it just better mean something for Jay. Because they've had a history of it not meaning much because he'll just kind of go back into his 50-50 win-loss section. It just needs to mean something. Just make it mean something. Give us some fucking substance. But, you know, this is WWE. So
I think Drew's going to need to be the one that ends up on top in this feud, honestly.
Drew doesn't need to win this feud at all.
I think he does.
Drew is so fucking established.
Because what are you going to do to Jay?
I'm not mad at Jey Uso for winning. I just want something to happen for Jey Uso afterwards. That's it. Like because Drew McIntyre could fucking mix it up with pretty much anybody and make the shit a fucking classic or a banger. Like Drew is that fucking good. Like, I don't think Drew's bothered by this shit at all. It's just what happens afterwards.
Yeah, it's all about follow up, but I just didn't like how this felt on this show. It felt like Drew needed this win more than Jay. Jay's Teflon. Jay can lose as much as he wants. He's still going to be just as over.
As soon as you hit the music.
As soon as you hit the music, he's going to be just as over.
Maybe it's Drew moving to SmackDown. I might think that.
Yeah, I think he is.
Possible. That's possible too, yeah.
I think that's been reported too. So we shall see. We shall see how it transmits.
Hey man, if fucking Roman is gonna be on Raw, they gotta bring somebody powerful over to fucking SmackDown.
True. We did get Gunther on the show. Yeah, the World Heavyweight Champion. Nice of y'all to feature him. What is this? Wait, what? In a vignette? In a vignette that was like a minute long? What the fuck? This was horrible. This was disrespectful to the Ring General Gunther. How dare you, WWE? How dare you?
This is what you think of your world champion? What a disgrace. Terrible. This is a big botch. Big L.
That was a big L.
Hate it.
You barely featured both of your world champions. Like, yeah.
Especially
You're like Big Man Dogs. I already know. I could already tell the delivery that you probably said this in your head before typing it. Bruh, this episode. I can already imagine.
Yeah, done talking about Gunther already?
Yeah, we're done. I'm done. Yeah, we kind of already vented throughout.
I just went to take a piss. That was basically a repeat of last night.
Yeah, same amount of time.
Yeah. It's fucking
this
pathetic,
is a horribly paced show.
Can't even take a piss and you fucking missed the world champion twice. Twice in 2 days. That's crazy.
That's insane. It's insane to me that this is what we're doing. This is how we're dedicating time on the Raw, the Raw premiere on Netflix. Kind of disappointed by WWE today.
And now a word from our sponsors.
How many times did you hear? How many times did we hear? I heard that more times than I fucking heard when it was on USA Network for the past 20, 30 years. But next up,
missing cable TV.
Next up, we go backstage and we got Fluffy with the New Day. The New Day is supposed to have Fluffy was supposed to have some mic time. Gabriel Iglesias, a New Day interrupts. He said he liked them better when they had cereal. Kelly said they were out of time as Woods was about to respond, but the segment continued. When Alpha Academy arrived, Iglesias left with them. Kelly assured New Day that they were really out of time. Then how did you let Gabriel Iglesias get out 2 more lines if you were out of time, Kathy?
Big star.
That was
special. 2 nights.
Such an awkward fucking waste of time.
Dude, I said it at the top of the show. This show was booked in the 2010s.
That was such an awkward waste of time. I was like, what the fuck? Ran out of time? Like, we have all the time we want. That was so poorly done. Like, just have somebody just bully them off the screen or something. Like, ran out of time. What the fuck you got them standing there for then? Like that was so dumb. Like, that was so dumb. And oh my God, that comment right underneath, oh my God, what Pat McAfee show did to Hulk Hogan this afternoon.
Oh, I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it.
Oh my God. They fucking flamethrowered Hogan, yo.
This was like when
hilarious, yo.
This was like when Hogan was in WCW and WWE used to have like the Nacho Man and the Huckster.
This was an uncensored version, though.
Yeah.
This is a very uncensored version, talking about the 40 years he's been in the business and all of the people that he want to mix it up with, and started naming all the black people.
I don't think Hogan's coming on the Pat McAfee show anytime
Oh
soon.
shit! All right, well,
Bro,
I'm
if
definitely
you
gonna
haven't
watch it.
That shit is a must watch skit. Oh my god, fucking hilarious, bro. Fucking hilarious. And they even wanted to mix it up with Farouk.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
Well, on that note,
is this perfect time?
Jackie Redmond. They first had the commercial segment. Jackie Redmond interviewed Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. Ripley said that Morgan took everything from her. She cut an ordinary promo, said mommy was on top. Priest was dying to be done with the Judgment Day, and his beef with Finn Balor would come to an end next week. Priest announced that the match would be a street fight, and Priest told everyone to rise for the new women's champion.
Completely forgot about that match next week.
Yep, because who cares? Who cares? Just have it be done. Have it be then, please. Please. I beg of you. Please be there.
We'll see.
And then we had when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
Those lyrics are true.
Hulk Hogan is in the house and he is getting booed out the fucking building. Oh my God. He began with his usual catchphrase. He says that he just had his he tried to put over the fans who just booed at him some more. He tried to put over people that he thought they would like Macho Man Randy Savage. They just booed him mercifully.
They didn't even care. They didn't even hear it.
He tried to freaking he tried to put over his beer. They booed him. He tried to put over Netflix. They booed him. He tried to rip off his t-shirt. They booed him some more, even though he had a Netflix Gets Raw shirt. He posed. Jimmy Hart waved the American flag, and they just kept booing him right the fuck out of the building. Oh my God. This is the best part of this goddamn show.
The funniest.
The best. The best! The best!
Took a fucking shot to that shit last night.
That was
like, thank you, LA. Thank you, LA, for fucking telling the truth of wrestling fans across the fucking world instead of these fucking honky towns that fucking occasionally wants to cheer this man when he fucking comes out or even gives him a mild reaction. LA, thank you for last night.
We love LA.
I agree.
I gotta give it up for LA after that part.
And it ain't because of MAGA, y'all. Just so y'all know, it ain't because of MAGA.
No, it's not, because The Undertaker has the same thing.
Because he's a fucking piece of shit.
I was waiting for the New Day to come out. Hey, don't boo this guy. Don't boo this man. That would have been even more heat.
He loves us.
How great would that have been?
Those boos were loud as hell. Them shits were not. That shit was not. No, not a single person
and
thought they heard something different.
Nice job trying to edit it in your YouTube clips, WWE. Like soften the boos. I'm pretty sure they did. It didn't sound as loud as
they try to lower the volume of the boos.
Drown it out. Yeah. Nice try.
They didn't try to
all the comments say, "Wow, he got his ass booed." Like
they didn't give him. They didn't do the Thunderdome noise. They try to just wash out the boos.
Yeah.
Yo,
but think about that next time you trot them out there. Think about that next time.
Yeah, yo, I never heard somebody mention people's names as far as legends and then gets booed louder.
You better schedule.
That was the part that got me.
Yeah, he tried to kiss ass to these dead legends. Like, no, stop.
He's like, the match is
typical
almost like
Hogan.
you can hear the crowd saying, "Shut the fuck up."
Typical Hogan. Next time you schedule Hulk Hogan, it better be in one of them real country red towns. It better be.
Yeah,
like Utah.
Because you're gonna get the same thing.
Utah.
We'll get the same.
You got a couple of super chat donations about
Thank
this
you guys
here. Chuck Berries, who says, by the way, did they really need to have the Goodyear blimp for this show? I didn't even notice it.
That was like the least of my concerns. The
Goodyear blimp should be long gone anyways.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it should be long gone.
Yeah, I have so many other problems with this show.
The drones were like the Goodyear blimp. The drones were fine. The extra cameras were spine. It's just
like
all
visually, presentation wise,
beautiful.
there wasn't much issues with this show. It's all about what's on the show. Everything on the show is where my problems go. We got another super chat donation from Belle. Thank you so much, Belle. She says, how was the commercial breaks? I asked because obviously I'm an international viewer, so I wasn't affected. But someone on Twitter said it wasn't as bad as the USA's. No, they're lying. It was as bad because it's a streaming service. I pay not to see commercials.
It's absolutely terrible.
So they did have a bunch of commercials in the football game as well. Both football games. So that had 30, almost fucking 25 million viewers per game. And the shit was commercial timed just like a regular ass TV program. So I guess they're still paying for sponsors.
We didn't get Beyonce. We got Travis Scott passing on a concert.
Yo, listen.
He did not want to say a line. He did not. He's like, I want to smoke this blunt.
Travis Scott smoking a blunt in a live WWE show was better than a concert that I would have seen of his. That shit was phenomenal. That shit was phenomenal. I'm like, yo, my man is fucking burning in the WWE universe. My guy right there, bro.
Burn it down. And it was funny later in the press that Triple H was like, glad that Jay did not take a hit.
Glad he just said no. Glad he
Jay
said
thought
no.
about it.
He did. He said, I thought about it.
He was like, I wanted to eat it this way. He's like, I had to go to work, though. I had to go to work.
We got another super chat donation from Alexander Fitzgerald, who says, Hogan went backstage after this and asked Jimmy Hart, why were they booing you, brother?
That's hilarious.
I'm telling y'all gotta watch the fucking y'all gotta watch that Pat McAfee segment. Y'all gotta watch it. If there's one thing that y'all watch today, y'all gotta watch that segment because this is exactly what he said. He was like, Jimmy Hart, you're waving that flag on your little bitch. Like, he blamed the entire segment on Jimmy Hart.
It's either that happened or Jimmy Hart saying, wow, they really loved you out there. It would have been one of the other.
They really loved you out there, brother. We got Nate who says, y'all think they're bold enough to keep his Saturday night's main event booking in San Antonio? Yes. I know it's Texas, but these crowds do love to copycat each other. I did want to mention this comment from All in the Game, and I know it's a prevalent one that's in the chat, saying Taker's MAGA and didn't get booed like Hogan. Taker is also not at the Republican National Convention, not at the Trump rally, ripping off his shirt for Trump. And you could say, oh, he had Trump on his podcast. That's a podcast. That is not Trump's fucking national rally that he was the star of in Madison Square fucking Garden. Like, there is levels to this. Like, if Taker is a B or A tier MAGA supporter, Hogan is S tier. There are levels to this.
Hogan's like practically part of the cabinet.
Yeah, Hogan's his own tier. Not even he's outside of that.
And you can't say no. It has to do with the racism stuff because no, they would have been reacting to him like this for a decade. It does not have all to do with the racism stuff. It has to do mostly, if you want to say it has to do morally with the racism stuff, it's more that they saw him at the Trump rally and now they remembered, oh, I'm not supposed to like him.
Sometimes you just need a good memory jog.
Yeah.
Because it did feel, I mean, to points though, fans did seem to be confused for a couple of years every time the man came out. Mm-hmm. It would be like,
remember WrestleMania 2021.
Yeah, he I mean, there's some point there, like it's like a little bit of a mixture, and then it's like, oh yeah, this dude is a fucking piece of shit. This dude is like this. It is almost like, oh shit. Damn.
Different levels to being a piece of shit. Undertaker and Hogan are not the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And then finally, we had the main event of the show, CM Punk going one-on-one with Seth freaking Rollins. Big reaction to both men, and big reaction when they were standing across from one another. When the bell rings, we get them brawling right at the start. The fans are chanting for Punk. This was followed by dual chants that were louder for Punk. Rollins went for the stomp early on when they entered the ring, but Punk ducked it. He set up for the GTS, but Rollins slipped out of that, hammered away at Punk with elbows, repeatedly drove his boot into Punk's face in the corner. As after they were brawling on the outside, Punk reversed things. He started booting Seth in the face, and then booting at his formerly injured knee. Punk hit a neck breaker off the top rope, which led to a commercial break. Rollins took over, dismissively smacking Punk across the head. Punk responded with running knees in the corner, clothesline, swinging neck breaker. He had a neck breaker off the top rope and then followed up with a dive. Rollins followed through Punk's flying dive, though, and picked him up into a GTS and delivered it. But Punk fell out of the ring. Rollins taunted Punk outside of the ring and said, "I built all of this. This is my house." As they re-entered the ring, Punk caught Rollins with a curb stomp. He covers him 1, 2. Rollins kicks out. Both men are down. They both get up. They start wailing on one another. We get Rollins ducked a GTS and hit another GTS for a close near fall. Rollins went for the stomp, but Punk rolled out of the ring. Rollins taunted him for running away, just like he did 10 years ago. They fought on the announce table, which led to Rollins hitting a pedigree. On the table, he sold his knee, so it must be made of titanium, that damn table. He puts him in the ring and hits a second pedigree and gets a near fall. They exchange strikes until Rollins hits a buckle bomb in the corner. He follows up with the curb stomp, but Punk puts his foot on the rope at 2.5. The crowd chants, "This is awesome," as we hit the 11 p.m. mark. They follow the "This is awesome" chants with "Fight Forever" chants. Rollins then hits a superplex. He transitions into the Falcon Arrow, but Punk counters. He hits a go to sleep. He then has Rollins basically selling it all around, stumbling into the ropes, and then falls back onto Punk's shoulders. A callback to Punk's match with Jon Moxley at All Out 2022. Punk then lifts up Rollins once again, hits a second go to sleep, and then just crumbles on top of him. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk defeats Seth freaking Rollins. He settles the score with him this time around. The crowd is happy. The executive producer taglines come up, and we are out.
Bloody Seth.
What did you think about this main event, Romeo? I enjoyed it a lot. I really enjoyed it after the commercial break. I thought the crowd heat in the second half of the matchup was fantastic. I thought the work from both men was great. And this was definitely the strong point of the show when it comes to in-ring action.
Outstanding. Loved it. I just wonder, I pretty much know what's up for Punk now. What is Seth doing at Mania? I would have figured this would have been like a 3-match feud. No, it doesn't look like that. Not yet.
from what Ibu of WrestlePeers reported, it's Gunther.
Oh my God. Not yet. Not yet. Don't like it. I don't like a lot of these plans about The Rock.
I told you.
Rock needs to be involved.
See, I need you to just tell me when I'm right. When I'm spitting facts, I need you to tell me this, Romeo, because this is what I said earlier. I was like, the road to WrestleMania feels very formulaic.
I'm
and
waiting
not
to
very
see.
excited.
I don't like these reports. I'm waiting to see. These reports have to be false. I don't like them.
JJ, what did you think?
The match itself was fantastic. Like it was really, really good. Like this is gonna probably be the best Monday Night Raw TV quality match you probably will get all year. Like this was really good. This was a pay-per-view match. Like this was really, really fantastic. Can't really add much to what you broke down. The story of the match, the callback was really good. The jacket that he came out with, another callback for that too. Just the actual, this was an actual like wrestling match / fight, which was something that two hated rivals are supposed to do. And all of the showboat and shit and all of that shit was at basically a minimum because of the hate that they had for each other, which made me enjoy it more. Because instead of you fucking hitting like 3 moves, you pander to the crowd and you do all of this extra dumb shit. That shit was at a minimum in this match, which I enjoyed. So I really, really like this match. Yeah, definitely the strongest wrestling point of the show by far. Like, by far. I just feel bad for what this revolving door for Seth Rollins is going to be. Like, they just never seem to have nothing in stone for him. Like, it's always just like whatever is available is what they give him. It's like they do the primary booking, and then whatever's left, that's what he's going to get. And this has been year in, year out with him. And hopefully, I don't know, I guess they'll figure something out with him. But I was like, I hope that they get more than one match, because Seth does need to get a W on CM Punk. Yeah. He does need to get at least one W on him, because if this better not be one and done. But, you know, I just get nervous because obviously we know where CM Punk is heading if he stays healthy. But Seth Rollins, I'm just nervous about. I'm just nervous about his direction. He lost his dance. He lost a really good dance partner in Brunson Reed. He don't have anything going on with Drew anymore, because Drew's going to go to SmackDown probably. Like, what's there? What's there of substance for him? And if you're just gonna force him and Gunther to fucking get together, it's gonna be like, oh, the world champion is what's left.
or they will probably they probably run this back. I think if Triple H liked it as much as a lot of other people liked it, then he might want to run it back and have Seth beat Gunther before Mania, and then have Punk win the Rumble.
You see, I wouldn't be opposed to one of them making this a championship match. Like, I wouldn't be that opposed to, because that would be a rivalry that would culminate in a championship match as the third and final match, one of them being the champion. I would enjoy that. I think that would probably be good for both of them. But who?
What does Roman do?
Roman will figure it out. He's the biggest star in the business, right?
He'll figure it out.
He'll figure it out. Like, fuck. Like, there's more than one championship belt.
Roman has a plethora of money matchups. Like, not Seth Rollins does not. It's just a fact of the matter that Seth doesn't have the amount of money matchups that Roman has. Roman has so many at his disposal. He just has to pick which one he wants to do at WrestleMania 41. So it's going to be interesting to see how the road to WrestleMania gets a kind of the layout for it, because we got reports that we were going to get a picture into the road to WrestleMania, or the road to WrestleMania was going to start on this show. It did not.
No, the road to the Royal Rumble barely started.
Yeah, barely with that. And then I don't know if anybody else noticed, but I noticed that Punk in the middle portion of this matchup was getting kind of winded. And I want to say, Seth Rollins, man, the last couple of weeks, he's done amazing work leading up into this matchup. And in the match, he carried Punk. He carried Punk through that middle portion, got it to the latter half when they started trading the finishing moves, because Punk is not conditioned too well. This is his first singles match back on TV. He's going to need more reps and more often to wrestle before he's better conditioned. But Seth showed why he is the workhorse of WWE last night.
By the way, do you have any of the stuff that Punk said afterwards on the mic?
Punk shouted out Chris Bay. He talked about that he's declaring for the Royal Rumble. He said age is nothing but a number. He said 46 is nothing but a number. 1 through 30 is nothing but a number. So I'm declaring myself for the men's Royal Rumble match. Gunther, I'm coming for you. Cody, I'm coming for you. He was like, I am Mr. October. I'm Game 7. I'm Mr. Clutch. I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble. He was on it. He was on one. This was a great promo.
That was a good finish there. And the thing is with Punk is that I think that, obviously it's like almost like a gift and a curse to a degree, is because he's able to do this how long did this match go? Like somewhere between 18, 20 minutes?
18. Just over 18.
So yeah, so like this match is kind of, like I said, like a gift and a curse to a degree, because one, you want to try to keep Punk healthy. But second, him not getting the work rate is going to result in getting winded during matches, because he could work out and he could do all of that other stuff, but stuff in the ring, it's a different kind of stamina, different kind of cardio. So he just doesn't, he's not, and it's not going to change. He's not going to get a plethora of matches to get that cardiovascular in the ring back up, because they're going to protect him. So this is going to have to be what he's going to have to deal with. He's going to have to either just do a lot more like cardio, per se, in the gym, just to try to keep his wind going. But in the ring, that ain't happening. He ain't going to have a bunch of matches to get that shit back up. It ain't happening.
So final call for super chat donations. We're going to wrap things up here, but let us know in the live chat your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give the show? For me, Romeo and JJ, for the January 6, 2025 WWE Raw on Netflix premiere in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up for JJ and Romeo. Thumbs in the middle for me. Out of 10, Romeo. What did you give it?
7.2.
JJ.
I gave it a 7.
I gave it a 6.5. Overhyped, under-delivered.
Thumbs up.
No, it's not. It's thumbs in the middle. When you got a 65 in class, is that a great? Is that a good grade? That's a positive grade. That's a positive grade. No, that's barely. That's barely passing. If you're in public school, I went to Catholic school. 70 is a passing grade. 65, I'm getting my ass kicked.
Pretty harsh on
Nigga, you are talking about schooling in the fucking early 2000s. You haven't seen the fucking school system now. You get a 50 and that's passing today.
That's pretty bad now.
I'm not. A 50
is passing today.
We are not going by current school standards. That's
pretty bad.
What was your MVP?
2025.
Who is your MVP for the show, JJ?
MVP. I'm gonna have to say. You know what? I was gonna be just transparent and just say Roman Reigns for getting his Ula Fala back, but I am very thankful for the LA crowd last night for what they did to Terrence from Florida. That just outweighed. That was just music to my heart. Like that was just music to my heart. And they were just great pretty much the entire night. Like for a 3-hour show, they were fantastic. So my MVP of the night is the LA crowd and the Intuit Dome.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say the LA crowd. Romeo?
Definitely the crowd, one of them. And I'll give it to the youth movement in WWE, which is, John Cena, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk. They really showed out last night. The youth movement in WWE.
I was about to be like, I was like, if this ain't a
I
joke.
saw your face.
We both froze like this nigga. What?
All the young stallions.
All these 40 plus year old niggas getting mega pushes.
No, 50 niggas is 50 out here. That killed me. The I gave the crowd the MVP. LVP, it's Terrence from Florida.
Yeah,
and the Undertaker. It's the MAGA powers. The MAGA powers.
More young stallions.
Hulk Hogan and the Undertaker for me.
I'm not putting Mark and Terry.
No, you don't have to do what you want. I'm gonna put the MAGA powers together because they just want to fucking jack themselves off and get themselves over. So JJ.
Fucking Terrence, B. The fuck?
It's definitely Hogan. It's definitely Hogan. It's listen to the names where it's Cena, Roman, Punk, Hogan, Taker. Woo, they were trotting out the old guys for sure.
And match Match of the night is for me, it's obvious, is Punk and Rollins.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
We're all in agreement there. That brings us to the end of this edition of Rated Raw Review. Top Guy JJ, we appreciate you being a guest star this week. Let everybody know where they can follow you, when they will see you again. Yes, if you're free on Tuesdays, we would love to have you.
I might be free next week on Tuesday to go over what is probably going to be a bad show. So we'll be here to say I told you so. On Instagram, you can find me at TrueHill_Top Guy JJ, and on the YouTube channel. Hopefully, I think I'm off next Tuesday, so I might be able to pop in for the Rated Raw review. And for the flagship podcast will be either early February or the end of January. So I'm still working on that. I've made an appearance back-to-back months. So I feel my obligations for that. Probably not going to feel like it when I'm gone for like 4 weeks, but I did. I did.
Romeo, what about you?
Romeo Damas, all social media. And thank you to everyone for the super chats today. You guys really brought it for a very important review episode. This is the most since June or July. So really appreciate all you guys.
And we gave y'all a jumbo size one. We gave y'all more content than WWE did last night.
We got another half hour in us. We could
No, I do have to go to work because I don't want my bosses to see this and see that I'm on their time. But follow me on the Twitter machine at True Hill SP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Hill Heat. Patreon.com/True Hill Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best place to support us when we are not live here. Check out the flagship podcast from this past Sunday. Check out our Wrestle Kingdom 19 and Wrestle Dynasty reviews from yesterday with me and Jay News talking about the epic showdown between Kenny Omega and Gabe Kidd. We will talk some more about everything in wrestling throughout the week, and we'll have our preview for Battle in the Valley tomorrow at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. So join us for that one. For Romeo, for Top Guy JJ, it is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. This has been Rated Raw Review number 49, Real American Booze, reviewing the WWE Raw on Netflix premiere. We are signing off until next time.
Stupid fucking sunglasses.
Look at that smirk. He's like, damn, they're really booing me.
Shit.